judges of Canadian curling, Kevin Martin, will face the full house team of Randy Ferbey. It's semifinal number 1, the skins game. Then tonight, the name is synonymous with skins play. Glenn Howard, a 4-time skins champion, will go against the reigning Canadian and women's world champion. Jennifer Jones will make history. Welcome inside the magnificent entertainment center here at Casino Rama for the Casino Rama Skins game, presented by Tow Truck in a Box. All available in TSN HD and 5.1 surround sound. As we say hello, Canada, and welcome again to Casino Rama. A week ago, there was the Four Tops and the Temptations singing about My Girl and Just My Imagination. But there's no imagination. We're playing for $100,000 in total prize money this weekend. And to get us started, welcome, please, the Pipers, led by Stanley Cup champion, now a member of the NHLPA, Glenn Healy, Dan McLean, and Mike McDonald out of the Highland Creek Pipe Band. And we say good afternoon as well to Linda Moore and Ray Turnbull.
You got Baccarat, Blackjack, you got slot machines, and you got a skins format that's like a poker game. You've got a full house. It doesn't get any better than that, Linda.
And you know this full house is expecting great shots, as are the pair of us in the booth. And you know what? We've got 4 World Championship teams that can deliver on that promise.
And let's meet the 4 teams. They are the reigning Canadian and world champions, a 4-time winner of the skins game. From the Saville Sports Center in Edmonton, Kevin Martin, John Morris, Mark Kennedy, and Ben Hebert.
This team was built to get to the Olympics, and they are partway to that goal. Oh, and along the way, they just happened to win a world championship. They are strong in every aspect of the game, but watch for their big weight ability.
He is a 6-time Canadian champion dating back to 1988. He's a 4-time world champion. Welcome from the Granite Curling Club in Edmonton, Randy Ferbey, David Nedowin, Scott Pfeiffer, and Marcel Rock.
He's always at the top of the thirds, and he's not ready for the rocking chair yet. The Randy Ferbey team will be huffing and puffing their way to the money. Look out!
They are a 3-time Canadian and world champion. He's a 4-time winner of the skins. From the Coldwater and District Curling Club, welcome Glenn Howard, Richard Hart, Brent Lang, and Craig Saville.
Don't bet against Glenn Howard. He is a master of skins play. Soft shots, angles, teamwork, brushing, communication. They do it all, and that's important in skins play. The odds are they're going to be tough to beat.
Welcome next, the reigning Canadian and world champion. She will be part of those teams competing to represent Canada in Vancouver. But this weekend, she is making curling history. From the St. Vital Curling Club in Winnipeg, Jennifer Jones, Kathy Overton Clapham, Jill Officer, and Dawn Askin.
These 4 queens stole their way into a world championship last year and into our hearts. She's the world champion. Watch your wallet, boys, or they'll pick you clean.
So here they are, Martin, Ferbey, Howard, Jones, the 4 teams competing for $100,000 here at Casino Rama.
Casino Rama. Game presented by Tow Truck in a Box on TSN is brought to you by Casino Rama. We deal excitement big time. And by Tow Truck in a Box, the snow driver's best friend. Available at Zellers now.
You see this leak? You got to change your oil every 3,000 clicks, not 5. And use 10W40 motor oil, not 10W30. Stay away from 10W30. You got that? You got that?
What kind of oil does it take?
Last call, flight 403.
Hey, where are you going?
Nowhere, by the looks of it.
I always travel with Senior Tours Canada. Their fully escorted group tours take care of flights, hotels, meals, tipping, insurance.
Must be nice.
They even pick me up at home and drop me off at the end of my trip. Well, gotta go.
Wait, how do I get a worry-free vacation?
For your free brochure, call Senior Tours Canada at 1-800-268-3492.
Oh, what a mess.
Ah, life is good.
Yes, it's winter, and women and men are digging out everywhere. In our driveways, roadside, in suburbia, or the city. Tow Truck in a Box makes digging out and getting unstuck easy. It's simple to use and works every time. For outdoorsmen and travelers, it's absolutely perfect for getting your vehicle unstuck. This award-winning tool should be in the trunk of your automobile. It's officially licensed by NASCAR and is as important as a spare tire or jumper cables. Get Tow Truck in a Box today. Available now at Zellers.
Tim Hortons Breyer presents The Champ. 2 great packages at 2 great prices. Buy today and get the same seat for 7 knockout matches, including the championship final and all the Breyer patch you can handle.
In any given day, you think about a lot of things, like how your stomach's growling and you're craving 2 Arby's sourdough melts for $5. But I'm thinking you should hurry. This offer won't last. That's any 2 sourdough melts for only $5. Now you're thinking Arby's.
Tomorrow, the NHL is on TSN. St. Louis heads to the City of Champions. Will they sing the blues? Or will St. Louis strike black gold? Blues, Oilers. Tomorrow at 8 Eastern on TSN.
In the game of curling, no rivalry is bigger. 2 Alberta Giants who have dominated the game for years. Sherwood Park native Randy Ferbey stands alone as the only curler to win an unprecedented 6 Brier championships, while Killam native Kevin Martin is the top dog when it comes to winning cash, racking up close to $2 million in career money, and he has those dozens of titles. So who is better? The debate rages today here at Casino Rama and the Skins Gate. And so that is our opening semifinal. Randy Ferbey, Kevin Martin as they play for $21,000 in this semi here at Casino Rama in the Entertainment Center. Let's meet the 2 teams now. It's brought to you by Pentax. See the difference. The Martin team out of the Saville Sports Center with Ben Hebert throwing lead stones, Mark Kennedy at second, John Morris at third, and the veteran Kevin Martin with his 3 Brier wins. And he'll go against his across-town foe from the Granite Curling Club in Edmonton. It is Marcel Rock, Scott Pfeiffer. Remember now that Randy Ferbey actually throws the 3rd stone, and it's David Nedwin who throws the 4th stone for Furby. Now, during this morning's practice for the first $1,000, they had a draw to the button to rank the teams. And in that ranking, it was the $1,000 going to Team Howard, as they were just 59 centimeters total for the 4. And then you see Jennifer Jones down at 434. So the $1,000 bonus goes to Howard. And in this game, because of the ranking, Furby ahead of Martin, it will be Randy Ferbey who has the hammer here in this first end of play. It's worth $1,000. Furby to play the red stones, Kevin Martin to play the yellow. It is the Casino Rama Curling Skins game presented by Tow Truck in a Box.
Well, you just can't help but be excited. It's just, Linda, it's just fantastic. The venue is full. Everybody's excited. You got the one sheet of ice, and you've got two of the very, very best teams in the world. So, and a format that we absolutely love. It's just tremendous.
And we love it, and these two teams are very good at it. Lots of time to set up stones with this game, and we know the abilities of all the players on these two teams to play those setup shots and really move things into scoring position.
I've got these two bio sheets in front of me, and there's so many numbers I've quit.
There are lots.
87, 88, 89, 204. I mean, it's just unbelievable.
You couldn't fit all those crests on a sweater, even in the old days,
well,
could
you'd spend the whole game reading.
So the $1,000 skin available
83
here in this first end of this opening semifinal. So if you're not familiar with skins play, here are some of the basic rules.
Well, we know this game is fast-paced. It's a lot of rocks to play in not a very long amount of time. There's 8 ends, but you're only given 60 minutes, and we think of all the rocks in play and no timeouts. And if you carry over that final end and think of all the cash that might be on the line, well, you have to draw to the button for that last bit of cash.
And of course, when you have the hammer, you have to score the 2 points to win the skin. Anything else results in a carryover or, in fact, a steal by the team without the last rock. We're playing for $21,000 in the semifinals, and then the final, of course, will be double that, 42. And there's the additional winner's bonus of $15,000, and it all adds up to $100,000.
It's good. Let it up, bumper down.
You even have a hard time saying that.
That's a lot of money.
What would that be in Swiss francs? I wonder.
Pretty much even, actually, last time I looked.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
pretty close.
Well, you'd know.
Pretty close.
The first thing you're going to see with both of these teams is trying to control the front part of the house. That's just in front to top 8 foot. And that is why they were moving stones. We talk about takeouts, and that's to eliminate opposition rocks. These rocks are just for positioning purposes. In this case, Mark Kennedy is trying to move a rock back only to get this yellow rock in a better position and move the red one out of that scoring area.
Yeah, there's no question that this whole game is who controls, who leaves their stones in a position, and you have to be patient to be able to tap them up and get them in later on in the end. You know, it's interesting, Linda, the free guard zone rule changed the game for the leads. We know that, and changed the game offensively. But the skins format changed the game for the seconds as well. The freezes, the angle freezes, the front stones, the little tapbacks. It's really, it's a whole different format. And as a result of the number of games you play under the other format, you really got to get your head around this, or you'll just be, you know, you always have to be looking in front of you, not behind you.
Go hard!
Scott Pfeiffer, and a belated happy birthday to Scott, because on January the 5th he turned 32 as he flashes the stone edge of the 4 foot.
Hey Mark, I threw that in practice. I flashed.
This is the area out here, right from about the middle of the 8th and over to this area here that you're trying to control. As Linda's already mentioned, these stones on top of the tee line out in front and the top of the tee line are so important to you. You have to have a way into the center area as you move through the ends. Give yourself a couple chances to get in, and not to your thirds or your skips first, etc.
Well, that's one of the biggest differences, Vic, is the length of time you spend on what we call setup shots. We often talk about moving into scoring position, getting a rock behind a guard. In this game, if you get in too early, you just leave your opponent a chance to follow you down or get in there after you, and then you might have the end taken away. So a long time is spent setting up angles and front stones that you can use later.
That shot by Kennedy, that just rolled a little too far for him.
And this is interesting with this ice. There's a lot of curl on the ice, and you're going to see quite a few soft weight takeouts. Again, it's just for positioning purposes, and those will curl. If we see the big weight later, you're going to see how straight those go. So, Vic, at the beginning of the game, it's really just figuring out where to put the broom for these shots.
Yeah, they're very concerned about putting that broom down and getting the right. They want to make sure that everything stays in front of that tee line so it can be used. Furby, of course, here with the last rock has to score his 2 points. Martin's in the steal position. Last year, I think, Linda, if we looked at those stats from last year, I think it was almost even steals and 2 points scored.
There's a lot of steals in the final last year. Kevin Martin stealing his way to victory. So some years it seems like the hammer is all important. Other years you can get away with a lot of steals.
Well, we remember one year Kevin gave away about $12,000 just to hold that hammer going into the, it was a 10 into the 10th.
Hard line. Line's good.
John Morris, who is in his third season playing with Kevin Martin.
Go. Hard then, hard. Line's perfect, you can get her here.
Represented Ontario at the Briar.
Boys. Go. Hard. Keep her going.
Hard. He's a runner-up back in
Keep going.
2002, and then has made the last 2 Briars, playing with Martin in 07 and then winning a year ago.
Here's a good example of how the skins format alters the shot called. I mean, Kevin has to steal to get the skin, so even though the red rock is in front a little bit, he's drawing around the long guard.
And that's getting your head around the 8 mini game concept. You take on a lot more risk because if it doesn't work this end, you know you can just move on. So each of these skips thinks about the amount of risk they're willing to take. Kevin took a little risk going in behind because there is a way to move a red rock back onto it.
Up, easy. Yep.
So the skipper throwing the 3rd stone. And it's nice to see huffing and puffing again. We haven't seen Marcel Rock and Scott Pfeiffer in a while. And they'll run it by.
That was a good chance for Randy. They practice those setup shots to be able to use them. Remember, you don't want to go too deep too early. The 12-foot is the button for the leads. Then you can use your own rocks to roll into the 4-foot. Raise them up, roll in off them. With the hammer, don't forget the carryover if you get into trouble. Without the hammer, control the angles to the button so you can get in there and make it hard for the other guy to get his skin.
That was a nice opportunity for Furby.
It's good.
You don't see Randy Furby do that very often.
Hard line.
Just in the practice we watched before the game started, they were just having a little trouble, as Linda's already mentioned, putting the broom down, getting the broom down in the right spot for the weight that they're going to throw. And it's always a lot of control weight when you're trying to save a stone. And you don't care how many stones the opposition has in the rings. You're really just trying to get your stones into a position to be able to utilize them by tapping them up or getting around them.
And that's, you know, for the club curler, maybe the most difficult thing to overcome, Linda, is that you stand in a sea of red, all opposition stones, and you go, but it doesn't matter if you give up 7 or 8, it's a skin, it's not the points.
No, that's right, it's the one skin.
It makes it a lot of fun. Unfortunately, we talk up setup shots. That last guard that was played, that may look like a setup shot, may look good, but it actually was too long, and you can get around this and tap the rock.
Well, there's an example of the power of the brush by Marcel Rock and Scott Pfeiffer as they snuck it by the guard. And later when we see Jennifer Jones, that's the one thing that she does admit. The men have that advantage in the brush.
And just to get by these guards, you can see how close that was, and brushing is going to be key through all the games this weekend.
They utilize the one hairbrush and the one synthetic. They'll alter who's on the inside and who's on the outside, depending on the situation. They don't come much better than Kevin Martin, in particular with the big weight. These guys have played each other so often. Oh, he's coming around here. Remembering now that he's trying to steal a single point. Taking a little chance by leaving the 2 stones in the rings.
Yep.
Looking for the little wick here. He was strong right out of his hand.
Good curl there, Johnny. Good curl.
Good curl is right.
I thought maybe he was playing the little tap and roll and it overcurled that spot as well. Definitely just took off on them unexpectedly.
We gotta be past this one.
He might end up trying to tap that in. That's
well, he'll probably just come and play this, I think, and then you have this.
I gotta draw.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Top of the forefoot.
Now, they were talking about what they might leave Kevin. That's one thing, Vic, that's hard when you have so many rocks in play and you've left so many setup shots. You can't protect against everything. So in this case, they're trying to draw into a position in the house where they're leaving Kevin a more difficult way in for himself.
And a stone, looking at the rings from this end now, a stone that's important to Randy Ferbey is that red stone that's tight to the rings, which the key to when you have the last rock is always have an option to somehow to get in. In this case, it might be for a win or even for a save, which is a carryover.
David Nedewin throwing the fourth stone for the Furby team from the Granite Curling Club in Edmonton.
4, 5.
That very familiar compact delivery.
You want a 5? Just for line. Okay, you want a 5?
You don't want to slip this behind the button or behind the tee line, and he'll sit right on top of it on you.
They're also worried about the curl. They don't want to over curl and leave a spot, a hole to get through.
Okay, you gotta get 8 foot. Gotta get 8 foot. Come on. Okay, that's good, that's good.
Oh, and they get there for second shot. So that would be the 2 points to give Furby the skin. It's $1,000 here in the first.
And if he scored 3, that wouldn't be any different, would it?
No. I'd like to count more.
I'm just testing you.
If we're playing, I'd like to count more.
Yeah, that's right.
There's a tiny opening, and Kevin can get through there. Now, whether or not he can get through there cleanly, he also indicated he could come through the hole and rub off the red stone that was just played.
And you heard him mention after his last shot, I mean, you may be right, he may be trying to rub and roll over, but that there's plenty of curl there. So he feels that he's got the brush out on the edge of the 12-foot, 8-foot, 12-foot. So he's looking for a full 4 feet of curl with his shot.
And he's got to be there. He's got to be at least lying second shot, or the Furby team will pocket the money. So now it's up to Ebert on the right, Kennedy on the left, trying to find the hole. Got to move now, got to move, and quickly. Now the little bit of a rub. Does he get in there? No, he does not. And so the opening skin will go to Randy Ferbey. He pockets $1,000. There's more to come when we come back to Casino Rama.
You see this leak? You got to change your oil every 3,000 clicks, not 5. I use 10W40 motor oil, not 10W30. Stay away from 10W30. You got that? You got that?
What kind of oil does it take?
Yes, it's winter, and women and men are digging out everywhere. In our driveways, roadside, in suburbia, or the city. Tow truck in a box makes digging out and getting unstuck easy. It's simple to use and works every time. For outdoorsmen and travelers, it's absolutely perfect for getting your vehicle unstuck. This award-winning tool should be in the trunk of your automobile. It's officially licensed by NASCAR and is as important as a spare tire or jumper cables. Get Tow Truck in a Box today. Available now at Zellers.
Every curling event that Edmonton has ever hosted has had record curling numbers.
I'm an Edmontonian, and you know, we're pretty proud of how we put on events in general.
The Roar of the Rings is going to be the biggest event in Canadian curling history.
It will be a sellout.
So you better get your tickets now.
The roar of the rocks, the roar of the crowd, the most electrifying 8 days in the history of the roaring game. Tim Hortons Roar of the Rings, delivering Canada's teams.
Get your tickets now and get
ready to roar.
Saving just got a whole lot easier. The new tax-free savings account introduced by the Government of Canada can help you focus on today and save for the future. You can put aside up to $5,000 every year in a variety of savings options without ever paying tax on investment earnings or withdrawals. Contact your bank, credit union, or other financial service provider to open an account today, or visit tfsa.gc.ca for more information.
A message from the Government of Canada.
My wife is in there. She's in danger. What are you doing?
Sir, we're not sure it was your wife that placed the 911 call.
What do you mean?
We believe your wife is holding someone in there against their will.
I want to know about you and him. I just want the truth.
Knife confirmed.
The knife is as bad as a gun. It never sticks, never jams, never runs out of ammo.
What happened?
What do you want me to say?
They're escalating.
3 seconds.
Go, 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 go.
An all-new Flashpoint. Friday at 9, 8 Central on CTV. Tomorrow, the NHL is on TSN. St. Louis heads to the City of Champions. Will they sing the blues? Or will St. Louis strike black gold? Blues, Oilers. Tomorrow at 8 Eastern on TSN. The NFL playoffs from Pittsburgh. Tomorrow on TSN.
Close to 4,000 people here at the Entertainment Center at Casino Rama. Part of the Casino Rama Skins game presented by Tow Truck in a Box. And for Kevin Martin, well, he loves the crowd and particularly loves the pressure.
I like the fact that you can really talk to the crowd, get to know the people in the front row, because there's not a lot of pressure in the first hour of play. But boy, does it ramp up at the end, and the last end is probably the most pressure you'll feel. So it's a unique game that I really enjoy.
And the pressure would be right on Mr. Martin here after the opening skin of $1,000 goes to Randy Ferbey. It will be Martin now playing the Yellowstones with the hammer. He'll look to score the 2 points. The skin is another $1,000 here in the second.
He enjoyed it 61,000 times last year.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
I would enjoy it myself.
Yeah, and what did we say earlier? Nearly 2 million times over the course of his career.
No wonder you enjoy it. No, it's just so much fun. And he's right. The fact that you're so close to the people and you can react to them.
The only thing about the first end, he talked about the first hour in this game, you can play it a little cozy because there's a lot of cash in the second half of the game. But Kevin just looks a little unsettled with the curl and the rocks and that sort of thing. And that's important for Kevin to get settled down about that sort of thing. He's very good at understanding them, but you can't worry about it. You just have to work with what you've got.
Yeah, it's all there. Real good.
Kevin Martin with the hammer in this end, having given up that $1,000. He now has the hammer. And he's playing the corner guard, but note where he's playing it. There's not a lot of play near the 12-foot Victor, so your corner guard should be edge of the 4-foot, maybe a little bit into the 8-foot, but most of the play is to the center.
Just a 3. 4. Wait. Real
Close.
tight. 4.
Clean. Clean.
Mine's good.
Clean.
Interesting that
gonna curl, guys.
they've played 3 times on the tour this year, and Martin has won all 3 games against Randy Ferbey.
Yep.
And if you wonder why some teams are better at this than others, well, Ferbey thinks that his team is just built the right way for Skins play.
Just moved like that at the end.
Just took off at the end.
Well, we're an aggressive team, so obviously we like rocks and play all the time. And so it's like, you've heard this 1,000 times, it's like 8 mini games out there, and it is so true. You just gotta, you have a bad first end, you lose it, you lose the second end, just get ready for the next one and have fun with it, and try to make the right shots. It's I still think it's a skips game more importantly. If the skip is playing well, you're gonna do well. If the skip's not playing well,
That's it. Skip's not doing well, and you're out of here.
My team used to say that a lot, with that same sound effect, actually.
Sorry, Linda, you're done.
Exactly right.
9. Going. Right there. A little further.
8. Just try to get the inside of it.
Just tap it back. I think it's just be drawing here.
There's a fine line when you move into the 12-foot area about the curl. Sometimes it really catches the curl early and you'll be desperate to get by the guards, and other times it'll run. This one has taken off.
It moved right out of his hand. He's on the front.
All right.
So right now Martin is lying the 1 stone, edge of the 4-foot. He needs 2 for the skin.
Yeah, try to get a quarter. I think this will curl.
Yeah, it should curl.
Top
I think
12's,
yours will finish a bit more.
Top 12's a good call as well. You heard him say.
70?
70.
Those two have been looking over each other's shoulders for years, haven't they?
They sure have.
Boy.
It's good.
Hard line.
Sometimes I think that Martin thinks that Furby's his shadow.
Lots of weight.
Hard line. Hard line. Right up. Real hard.
Hard line.
No. Hard. No, it's just. I think you just got a really straight one here, Benny. Sure. Thank you.
Well, are they being fooled a little bit by the ice, Linda, do you think, as we take a look at ice times here?
They are. You know, in practice, we were getting pretty consistent times between the hog lines in seconds. Draw weight to the tee line is 14.5 seconds, guard 16.5. You'll see a lot of that soft 10-second takeout. But as I said, there's a little bit of a line as far as where you put the broom for getting to center versus playing this kind of edge of the 4-foot shot.
What a chance now for Furby without the hammer and Scott Pfeiffer, Ray.
Looking for a little flip in behind the rocks. The rocks in front. A little bit extra weight. It just didn't move quite as much, that's all. The other thing about this event is which is really nice for the three of us, is that, first of all, you're dealing with 8 absolutely tremendous people. 8 guys that love the sport as much as we love it and, of course, are the very best at it. But we get a chance to talk to them. I sat and talked to David Dedewin, and I spent some time, you and I spent some time with Kevin last night, and then talking about it, and the guys in the front end as well. And it really, first of all, it really is nice you know, to get a little bit into their heads before they, we go on the air and things like that. So
sneak it by, they did, and just sits right there. And the power of the brush.
And with that softer weight takeout, Vic, they do have a lot of control over the line of that shot. Early brushing with those will make it dramatically different than holding off and brushing late.
Here's the skins game now.
Yeah, you don't want it too deep. He's just tapping that on it. So
out the hammer has to steal. He's got the opportunity of tapping back or going around. I think he's going around.
Or do you want to go after it?
That's fine. I don't mind. He's got that run there too.
So where that yellow stone from Martin ended up in the 8-foot just makes it more difficult for him to go after. He just can't play that.
No, he can play it, but this is this is an offensive call. He's playing the tap back here on this shot.
Well then.
He's playing to raise the red rock back.
That's real good. Don't forget, Vic, we're still relatively early in this end as far as the fact that last stones are so key. So they don't want to make a play over there and leave your opposition everything, every way to get into that 4.
How's that? That's the steal point if it lasts.
That was funny when that rock made contact. It really, it kind of went flat.
It picked up something,
yeah, it did.
obviously, because it took a really funny path in.
Watch as it makes contact. Here's a good look at it. It's coming across the hog line, and they'll make contact. Now watch the rock it makes contact with. Kind of catches something just right there and goes sideways.
Oh, we're taking the turn.
John Morris.
Not the huge weight, just the control weight. Got to make contact on the high one. He's got to curl a little more, come across the face a bit to get the right angle.
Oh, great shot to start off here in the second for John Morris, and Martin's line too.
Nice weight, Johnny.
You know, Lyndon, that's the key there, just what Kevin said, the right weight. And I didn't overthrow it.
No, you don't need to blast, Vic. It's just getting rocks in the right spot.
How do you want to hit
well,
this?
Well, the thing is, if we miss that run, but he's throwing the in-turn around everything. I think we got to play the in-turn around everything.
You do that?
Sure, even if it's back 4, it's fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Good point. There's a little bit of an overlap over there with the 2 yellows, and so, and you don't care how many yellow rocks are in the ring as long as you can get yours shot. Back 4 is even fine, he said.
Kevin Martin has the 2 at the moment that would be a skin, but they are only in the 8-foot. Lots of room and time still for Furby to try and better those.
I mentioned in my opening comments as we were on the air that this Randy Ferbey, if you go through all the stats, and I know Linda does, and then she whispers in my ear and tells me, but I mean, if you go through the stats, you'll see that Randy Ferbey, year after year after year, was right at the top of the thirds in percentages. He just has a great feel and touch for this game. How's this? Is this any good?
Great throw.
Go around everything he said, and he puts it just back of the tee line, back of the button.
Double raise here. They're going to try and slice the top one across onto the rock just outside the 12-foot.
He does that in hoops.
Try and get some action
Close.
onto the back one.
The calf, maybe? Yeah, half rock.
Yep. John Morris made a beauty with his first one.
Oh, yep. Hard.
What's he got here? 1, 2. You got him. You do. Oh my.
Nothing is safe. Eh? Great shot by Johnny Moe.
Really nice angle to get the one out of the 4-foot. And also, if you look at where the guards ended up, it left less opportunity for Furby to come around that front stone. If there was more of an overlap, more the better. But no, John rolled over.
Good throw. Gripper anywhere?
So this time for the come around, deeper is probably better. You're trying to entice your opposition now into playing a soft shot and see if you can get them to only get one at the conclusion of this end.
There's a little bit of an overlap on the two rocks that are in the 8-foot, the two yellow stones, the margin stones. So if you can even get to the back of the 4-foot, as Linda mentioned.
Not bad though, it's fine.
Yeah.
Well then. Yeah. Line's real tight.
Okay, whoa. We're by.
Weight's good.
Yep.
Rock and Pfeiffer.
Yep, hard by the yellow. Go.
Great judges, as so many of the front ends are. And look at that. They'll judge it. And they'll put it on the button, just edge of the pinhole.
Sweet, guys. Go on, Dave.
Just that fraction too deep.
Bad.
No, it's pretty good.
The main thing, Vic, when you start to get into trouble is, as I mentioned, you're trying to pull the opposition now into playing something soft and hoping you may get a chance for a steal, but for sure the carryover. As soon as you get in a bit of trouble, find your way out, and that was a nice draw to at least get out of the big trouble they were in.
And by being in that position and forcing Kevin to play the draw, then you almost eliminate the two rocks in the 8-foot, the two other yellow stones.
And you saw interested spectators, Glenn Howard team looking on. And Vic, we talked about the ice. You can learn a lot about the ice watching this first semifinal.
Ron's got a curl.
Yeah, that's a good point, Lynn. I talked once again. I talked to Glenn and that team just about an hour ago, and they were saying they're going to wait to watch this game before they make their decisions on what they're going to do, rock-wise or hammer, etc. They did finish better than Jennifer Jones,
a little rub off
they'll
the
get
front.
the choice.
Kennedy and Ebert not able to suck it by.
Oh, grabbed? Oh. In the end it was, though, yeah. Line was pretty good, just to really dove. Looked good.
I think if I recall, we remember back then, I think Howard's team played first last year, so they didn't get that option of looking at the ice for a game. This is a little bit of an advantage for the two teams that play this evening, and you don't want to miss that.
Sure, Dave.
Some skins game history tonight. Jennifer Jones against Glenn Howard, 8 p.m. Eastern time.
Yeah. I think I hear more, Randy. It's gonna finish.
So where do you go with this one? You've got the steal point there. If you're Furby, what do you do?
Just a little roll inside.
It's taking away the short tap, Vic.
Love it up! Love it up! Whoa! Like
never.
Up or down. Yeah.
Little extra weight.
Whoa!
Needs the movement. Otherwise, it can make the double on you. Now the double's there. You got to get. You had to get the inside roll.
Just a little bit.
You can see this double right here, the possibility of this double here and catching that one. You don't have to save the shooter, and you can, but those two stones right there will get you the 2 points that you need to win the one skin, which is $1,000.
Just a little extra weight and a little bit outside, I think, on that
Yeah.
throw for David Nedwin, and look at what a difference it made.
I agree. Just a little bit more weight, I think, that they were talking about anyway.
Looking for the double for the skin. Kevin Martin here in the second. You got one, you got two. Move it far enough for $1,000.
Sometimes you gotta make chicken salad out of chicken shit.
Well, exactly. And you know what Kevin is saying to David Nedwin? If your shot would have just rolled a little towards center line, this shot may not have been available for Kevin Martin. But the reigning skins game champion makes the double.
David had to get the little inside roll. He didn't get it with a little extra weight, and there's the 2 point, the 2 rocks that count.
You see this leak? You got to change your oil every 3,000 clicks, not 5. And use 10W40 motor oil, not 10W30. Stay away from 10W30. You got that? You got that?
What kind of oil does it take?
Yes, it's winter, and women and men are digging out everywhere. In our driveways, roadside, in suburbia, or the city. Tow truck in a box makes digging out and getting unstuck easy. It's simple to use and works every time. For outdoorsmen and travelers, it's absolutely perfect for getting your vehicle unstuck. This award-winning tool should be in the trunk of your automobile. It's officially licensed by NASCAR and is as important as a spare tire or jumper cables. Get Tow Truck in a Box today. Available now at Zellers.
Tim Hortons Breyer presents The Champ. 2 great packages at 2 great prices. Buy today and get the same seat for 7 knockout matches, including the championship final and all the Breyer patch you can handle.
When you have a headache, trust Tylenol Rapid Release so you can get back to normal. Whatever your normal is. Tylenol Rapid Release gel caps dissolve quickly and relieve your pain fast. Tylenol Rapid Release. Get back to normal. Whatever your normal is.
When your child comes down with a fever, trust Children's Tylenol to help them get back to normal.
Just be yourself.
Whatever their normal is. Trusted by moms and doctors to reduce fevers. Children's Tylenol. Get them back to normal. Whatever their normal is.
In any given day, you think about a lot of things, like how your stomach's growling and you're craving 2 Arby's sourdough melts for $5. But I'm thinking you should hurry. This offer won't last. That's any 2 sourdough melts for only $5. Now you're thinking Arby's.
I believe in the ultimate challenge. Challenges of Olympic proportion.
I believe in new opportunities. The golden opportunity.
I believe right now Canadian athletes are grabbing hold of that opportunity. Competing and winning on the world stage. Canada Spirit! At Vancouver 2010, I believe they just might win it all. And Canada wins the games! The Vancouver 2010 Olympic Winter Games are coming to TSN.
Do you believe?
Well, the crowd here at the Entertainment Center of Casino Rama has to be impressed. They're loving the first 2 ends as the team split $1,000. And let's look back to that second. And great shots by John Morris to set it up for the skipper.
Well, you know, I was mentioning they were struggling a little bit with the ice, so someone has to throw it cleanly and beautifully, and John Morris did just that, was sitting 2.
And he does it again, back-to-back 2 great shots. There's another one, double angle raise to get the rock off the butt. And David Nedwin's rock had to curl a little bit more to get a little roll. It's small things in the game of curling. If it rolls 1.5 inches, this shot isn't there. You give him a chance, he makes it, he gets the grant.
So we go to the third end now. It's worth $1,500, and it will be Randy Furby playing the Redstones that has the hammer and looking to score the 2 points for the skin.
Hard, Johnny, all you got.
2 ends in a row, and it's been the team with last rock. It's kind of the reverse of what we saw last year. It's early to say that, but it's a little reverse of what we saw last year.
I was even a little tight.
Good scrub, you guys. Good scrub.
Hey, shot, Benny.
I spent hours going through that, those things.
Yeah. This is what kept it straight.
Ruined my whole Christmas holidays.
It's always interesting to see what you do with the first rock at the end. When Randy Ferbey threw first, in the second end, he actually brought it in. That forces the opposition to throw the guard. We usually see the first rock be played short, which it is here, and then we see pretty well a race to the button. We see a lot of come-arounds and angles trying to set up, and then finally moving things to that button later.
Play this rock short as well if you want.
Go.
I like it short.
Yep, hard. Oh. Come hard. Good throw. You want to get by the guard by the foot. You need more ice than that. Oh, he's outside.
This is a pretty typical steel end setup. The overlapping of those two stones isn't a great thing for Furby,
Gotta go a bit.
who has the hammer.
Go sideways. Let's get something out of this, please. Split him off. 3/4.
That caught early as far as the curl goes. They think it maybe even grabbed something, so they let it curl up to come more to the nose of the guard to get the two rocks out in front in a better spot rather than just splitting it off.
And he pushed it just far enough so that there may be a run back available. They're not overlapped.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, that's good. Yeah.
Yep. Oh yeah. Hard. Can give you a touch more on the other side. Hard line. 3/4.
Go. Get it in. Line's real good.
Oh, yikes. Parsons goes. Short. Yeah. Go. Yikes.
Just light right out of his hand.
Just last.
I got it. I'm going to give a little more ice and...
Well, there you go. That's what he loves about the skins game, and just being able to play to the crowd.
75.
Yeah.
It is partly a way to relax, too. When things aren't going quite perfectly, it's nice to find a way to just let it out, and I think that is something that happens when Kevin chats with the crowd.
No, hard. Hard line's real good.
Hard line.
Come on.
Hard line.
Hard. Looking real good, guys. You can get her here.
Hard, Johnny, go.
Boy, it's going to be paper thin if they can sneak it by.
Keep going.
Little more.
Go.
Great.
And look at the drag as they get a top edge of the 8.
You're working on your sound effects, are you? That's the second one, 3 ends.
Yeah, well, he's just looking for another career.
Yeah. You know something we don't know? Just gets it by.
Wow. Oh, he did.
Oh, he did just
bump.
rub it. Yeah, just rubbed it so slightly.
Usually I see those things.
Yeah.
I didn't see that one.
Well, it's been 23 years.
Yes, thanks. I am wearing the glasses now.
Two.
Scott Pfeiffer.
Randy Ferbey doesn't like that yellow stone in that spot. Cuts off his come around, so they were hoping to make a little angle freeze.
Good,
This
no,
one's
leave it up,
going to
leave it
drop
up.
short.
What'd you get on that?
You had your watch on it, Lou? Is it getting a little slower, or is it just...
This? Well, I don't really like that.
It's hard to tell, of course, when the rocks are dropping short. I did talk to Hans Vutrick earlier, and he said the low humidity is going to be a bit of a problem. It actually means that the ice doesn't really keen up. We usually talk about the pebble breaking down and how things change in the game.
Top 4 kind of thing?
In this case, it's probably not going to happen.
And we own this side, right?
Yeah. Probably 70 then, right?
What do you have last time? 78? 70.
I like that.
70's good here.
Top 8, bite top 4.
Yeah, I'd be heavier out there too. Yeah.
Top 8, then you heard the comment, we can own this side.
It's about 70, eh? 72. Okay.
Mark Kennedy, of course, considered by his peers to be as good a second as there is.
Okay. Well,
gotta go for weight.
Oh, go. Yeah, hard. Line's gonna be tight then.
Hard.
They started the game saying 14 and a half seconds was T-line.
Oh, okay. Line was peach. Oh.
Not far off as far as the time goes. That one timed up much higher.
They do seem to be grinding in a little bit, though, Linda, don't you think? Just,
Yes, they
just
do.
as they're dying.
They're not gliding for
Yeah,
sure.
he just comes here and we're, well.
Listen to them.
Okay, just full 8.
Full 8? Yeah, it's buried in there.
A little extra ice.
Of course, the hard part for the players, too, is we've just finished talking about how important it is not to be deep, to set it up top house.
Let it go.
If it is a little bit stickier, it's hard to make yourself do that. You tend to want to give it a little extra. And that one seemed to pick as well.
This is gone right out of his hand again. Whether it caught something, it must have.
Leave that batter. No, I don't know why we didn't play on Mark.
Yeah. 2 rocks there.
Don't give him that much. They'll get him. Make a good one. Middle of 12 foot.
What do you think you're going to need for ice, Johnny?
Yeah, I like that. If not more.
Guessing a little bit now?
A little bit, yes.
We're not coming. We're overcurling on everything here, so I'll throw
It's
it loose.
very release sensitive, too, so you have to make sure if you're the thrower that you don't give it any outward, inward motion. You have to get out to the broom.
Line's good early.
Line's good.
Wait's close.
Yeah. Line's good. Room.
I think on this ice, too, it looks to me like you're going to have to take a few chances by jumping the stones quickly.
Just didn't catch the curl.
And that sometimes can straighten them up a little bit. We saw that in the throw when they were throwing to the
All
butt.
right, Kev.
And the wrong guy.
Richard Hart, for example, threw a stone, and they jumped it early, and it ran differently than when Glenn threw his stone.
No, we just didn't have to hit
It's hard to judge. It's very difficult.
T-line.
Yeah. Knowing the spot, we're always going to hit it early.
Well, see, there's exactly what you were talking about, jumping the stone a little early. And John saying to the front end, you know, maybe we didn't have to do that.
He got by that by a foot.
Yeah, they'd taken that much more ice, so there's the fine line between deciding are you taking the extra ice to accomplish the task, or are you going to jump the brushing, and all these players have to make those choices.
Randy Furby, here in this third end, it's worth $1,500.
Maybe 10. 9. Yeah.
10.
Coming down a bit. Close. Whoa. Oh, off. Just a 9. No.
8, 9.
No. No, it's not fair at all.
That was perfect weight, too, and it just didn't move for him. And they did not jump that one early. So there's it's a little tricky out there. You see them shaking their heads.
How do we do it?
Kind of wait.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
Just through
Kinda
the
tricky.
house?
What?
Just through the house type of weight?
I was thinking maybe board.
Might be
Well, just
easier
through the
than
house.
weight.
Randy's didn't curl, eh?
Easy board?
Yeah, easy board with that ice. What do you think?
Okay.
Easy board.
Yep.
Whoa. Yep.
So the front end thinks he,
Whoa. Clean
John
down.
Morris is giving him the right weight. Now it's a big scrum. They got to hold it for him.
Come on, don't wreck.
Oh, they didn't wreck.
It's almost impossible.
And there's the roll.
Well, you hear Kevin's comments, and he's right. I mean, they just didn't know how much ice to take, depending on what weight they were throwing. It's tricky out there.
Real good throw.
Caught the big time. I thought it was real close, eh?
Not quite early enough with the brushing, on and off it a little bit, and then it just took off. So now there's a great path in for Randy Furby.
Yeah. Just a 9. Hey, room.
Furby needs the 2 points to steal
Line's
the money.
good.
$1,500 this end.
Okay, line's good. Yeah, hard. Hard.
This is Randy's
We're
last.
by. Yeah, stay on it. We're by. Easy. Where do you want to go? Easy. Oh, right here. Right here. Shot rock. Yeah, it is. Shot rock. Oh, it's back there.
First shot stone. Needs another one.
Now, if you take all these Briars he's been in, all these numbers I have in front of me, and how many of those kind of shots have we seen from that gentleman over the years?
Well, he reminded me yesterday, he was in the first broadcast that you and I
Top
did
8,
together.
boys.
That would have been in BC someplace, wasn't it?
Kamloops, 1986,
Yeah, I remember
Canadian mixed.
Yeah, I remember the ride right after it.
Yes.
We drove through the mountains you were driving. That was a beauty.
Yes. That's remarkable. And this year turns 50, but still loves the game as long as the health
Line's good.
holds out.
Go
Fighting some knee problems. This is Kevin Martin and his first.
Hard line, boys. Hard.
This is trying to close off this side of the sheet. Get something top 8 foot.
Oh, okay, here.
Trying
Yep,
to
now hard. Oh, that's good.
get a rock, which will make it very difficult for Furby to get his extra point. We've got every rock in play. There's nothing behind the rings or against the bumper. They're all out there someplace.
A double bump?
I know it's not there now, though.
Why not?
It's not, because this one's in the way.
Oh,
Been looking at the raises.
probably right.
What about through
the whole yellow
And all we got is the yellow here.
Yeah. Is that there? Yeah.
Sure.
All right.
Well,
I mean, it might rub off that yellow one back on, that's all.
you can throw 11 up for sure, eh?
Okay. Because what could happen is that red one might come off this yellow and spin back
Well, we
in.
might get this, though, too, and get
That's what I
lucky
mean.
that way.
So I think you need to throw 11 at it.
Okay, let's do it.
This is really about threading the needle and having to make a double raise to get another rock in position. But Randy doesn't have much. If we look at the front of that house, the wrong colors are in the best spot to be used.
I definitely would have illustrated that for you if I could find my little pencil.
How do I throw? 11.
Well, it's only the third end. I mean,
Yeah.
you've done well to this point not to lose it.
I've still got my glasses.
Oh, good.
Yellow onto red.
11 up. 11 up. Clean. Close. Whoa, whoa. 11 up. Whoa. 11. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Pull, yeah. Yes.
This is threading the needle.
Yeah, give us something off this one if we can.
Yep.
No, we'll come off.
Well, he won't come off with us.
Hands up. That had to have picked. It was way out there.
Goes back to what you were saying a little earlier, though, about the judgment of the brushing. You don't want to jump it, but in that case, they may have been better off doing so.
I think they're going to have to keep things clean, Vic. It seems like the rocks are just picking up a little debris and then they jump and you've lost them. So
you're
you
right,
take
John.
some risks. Let's face it, we're in an
I think
environment
it's
that's
like
a
a
little bit
quarter,
different
Kev.
at casino. They've put down the ice.
the
It's
corner
great
rock.
ice. It's really hard to put ice in it so quickly, one sheet, but you have to be careful in this kind of environment with the dust and debris that might be around. Kevin's trying to take away a shot, but also could make it very well himself, and that's an in-off.
If he leaves that there, of course, then that's how Randy could get in and get a second point with David's last. But Linda's right. If Kevin makes hits this properly, he can come right across onto the red stone. He needs it pretty thin.
Okay, there's the off. There's the in. Gonna get it. Gonna move it far enough. Oh, he's gonna spin up.
Oh, that was hard luck to a hunting dog. That was a great shot. Now, how do you find two here, Linda?
Throw from the other end.
Yeah.
Very close with this one. Just needed it a little thinner so it didn't get to the front of that red rock.
So the force is there for Furby. He has one, which would force the carryover.
So it looks like it's going to be a red onto red here, I think. The high red one.
Looks like all he's got.
I think that's
What
all
I have
he
there,
has.
11
Some sort of double raise.
There's nothing on
Yeah,
the
but I just-
the
all I need
wide
is enough to get him. Yeah, I need
the
them just to
wide
get him off this
out-turn side, eh?
I can't
It
throw
won't
up.
come that much.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll throw just maybe a hair less.
No, he's got to get to the 4 foot, and that would be. I don't know how much it'll move, but obviously he thinks not.
10, maybe 11.
$1,500. Somehow David Nedoin here can play the double bump here to
So it's yellow
move
on
something up.
Yellow onto red. It is. Yellow onto red. Try and push it to the 4 foot.
Okay, there is the one. Now move it back, and no, not far enough, and so we'll have our first carryover. We'll take the 1,500, move it to the 4th, and when we come back, we'll be playing for $3,000.
This SportsCenter update is brought to you by Tourism Whistler. Get the 5th night and 4th day lift free at North America's #1 ski destination. Visit Whistler.com for details.
Some great action at Casino Rama. We'll get you back there in a second. Corey Warren back inside the SportsCenter newsroom. The early edition coming up at 6 o'clock Eastern time. Stories we're following include these. A little afternoon puck for you. Carolina and Boston first period. PJ Axelson from the point gets tipped by Stefan Yell. It is 2-0 Boston after 1. Thrashers and Panthers first period. Game tied at 1. Gregory Campbell scores his 9th from point-blank range. Florida up 3-1 in the first intermission. 2 NFL playoff games today. The AFC divisional matchup, it's the Ravens and Titans. Tennessee won the only meeting between these two in Week 5. In the NFC tonight, it's the Cardinals and Panthers. Arizona 2-20 in their last 22 games in the Eastern time zone. And in baseball, the Red Sox have signed former Dodgers closer Takeshi Sato. We'll have details on SportsCenter.
You see this leak? You got to change your oil every 3,000 clicks, not 5. And use 10W40 motor oil, not 10W30. Stay away from 10W30. You got that? You got that?
What kind of oil does it take?
Yes, it's winter, and women and men are digging out everywhere. In our driveways, roadside, in suburbia, or the city. Tow truck in a box makes digging out and getting unstuck easy. It's simple to use and works every time. For outdoorsmen and travelers, it's absolutely perfect for getting your vehicle unstuck. This award-winning tool should be in the trunk of your automobile. It's officially licensed by NASCAR and is as important as a spare tire or jumper cables. Get Tow Truck in a Box today. Available now at Zellers.
In any given day, you think about a lot of things, like how your stomach's growling and you're craving 2 Arby's sourdough melts for $5. But I'm thinking you should hurry. This offer won't last. That's any 2 sourdough melts for only $5. Now you're thinking Arby's.
Tomorrow, the NHL is on TSN. St. Louis heads to the City of Champions. Will they sing the blues? Or will St. Louis strike black gold? Blues, Oilers. Tomorrow at 8 Eastern on TSN.
Well, it's hard to believe last Saturday night it was the Four Tops and the Temptations doing all their Motown hits. And as soon as they were done, well, it all began. The process to get us ready. It takes at least 5 days of hard work by Hans Vudrik and his crew to get the ice ready in front of some 4,000 people here at the Entertainment Center as we welcome you back to Casino Rama. And it's the 4th end of play. We're going to be playing for $3,000, and it will be Kevin Martin who has the hammer. And playing the Yellowstones, he will look to score the 2 points.
We've had 3 very different ends when you look at how they set up and what the skip, the last thrower, had when they went to throw that last stone. And last end, there wasn't much left for David Neto and when he threw his last one.
Yeah, we talked earlier about always trying to have a in someplace when you're trying to get your second point. And there really wasn't anything out there for him to come in off of. Kevin took that one shot away from him, almost made a fantastic shot. And so he had to play it. He had a couple of choices. He could have played red under red, but he chose to play yellow under red, which was the shorter of the races, and rightly so. But he really didn't have a lot in him. That was a very tough shot. Obviously, as you move through the game, and you heard Kevin say earlier in his comments, you know, there's not really a lot of pressure out there for the first hour, but after that, it really builds up. And this is now all of a sudden not $1,500 skin, this is a $3,000 skin. So
Makes a little difference, too, that they both got something on the board early. That takes a little pressure off to see those dollar signs pop up beside your name.
Yeah, we usually, especially if these two teams have been here often, so it's not quite as important, I guess. But if you're here for the first time, you know, you go by 2 or 3 ends, you don't get that skin. It can add to the pressure. And we've seen it a number of times, and teams have struggled as they got to these, you know, the 6th, 7th, or 8th.
Mine's good.
Well, all the teams have their different approaches here. I mean, you talk to some skips, they'll say it's it all relies, as you pointed out earlier, Ray, you know, the lead, the second, especially in the skins game, all important. But for Randy Ferbey, he just believes it's the guy who throws last. That's the key.
Yeah, exactly.
A skip has got to play well. You know, I've heard control the front. I've heard, you know, get the rocks in top of the forefoot. And I still believe that if your skip is playing well, if he's going to make those run backs, we've seen Kevin Martin, we've seen Wayne Madon make those run backs. Team's not playing that well, but if a skip is going to play well and stand on top of his head, we're going to do quite well.
Hog it. Oh, we can hog it.
Well, it's absolutely right. Curling is a last rock game, and if your skip isn't making shots, but I still believe in my heart that you have to be able to put yourself in a position to be able to make those runs back. You just saw a situation where David Edwin had nothing, no way of getting in. So it does change the play for the front ends, but curling is a last rock game, and that's there's no question about that.
Now, the point of the first 6 stones is to give the last rock thrower a chance.
Exactly.
They got to get them in some position that they can be used.
Line's good. Where is it? Room.
And I think even Randy would agree that
Still line.
if it was just those last rocks, then the other guys wouldn't bother just throwing.
They might be at the slots right now.
That's right, yeah. We're in the middle of a blackjack hand.
Okay.
But there's no question. The whole game of curling is, you know, yes, you have to finish, but hopefully your teams will put you in a position to be able to finish. It's just that getting to the type of finish you want in skins is different than it is in regular curling.
Now, one of the reasons you're seeing this particular run back, because we are early in this end, is just I feel that Kevin is not really comfortable with the ice and is not willing to take quite as much risk, set up an angle. He wants to keep it a little more open. In the second half of the game, you may see a change in that if they feel more comfortable.
Yeah, and it's an extra 1,500 out there too, so it's 3,000. They are struggling a little bit with the ice. Where to put the broom is the problem.
Line's good. 1, 2.
Need the center line, just clean it.
2. Just touching center. Not too deep. Want to go? Yep.
Yeah, go.
Hard line.
Go.
Hard line.
Go.
Hard, really hard.
Go.
Hard,
So
right
as they do struggle maybe just a little bit,
hard.
maybe it is time for Kevin Martin to be a little patient.
Yeah, you could change.
It's not sliding like it was. I don't think quite, yeah. Yep, close. Yep. Hard.
Trying to make it through the hole.
Hard, come on. Hard. Hard. Keep her going. Keep her going.
Oh, and then a little flip too.
Well swept, you guys. Didn't get by much.
She was tight.
Pretty strong rushing once again to get that through that hole.
And when things aren't going perfectly, that's when the team can really band together. That brushing will make a huge difference on a lot of shots. Nice throw by Mark, and the team got it done.
Line's good. Yep,
Randy
line.
Ferbey as we play the third rocks here in this
Okay, line's good.
fourth end.
Room. 7.
6.
Clean it.
Now we've seen this intern come around 3 or 4 times,
6.
and we've seen it act differently 3 or 4
Looks like
times.
it's dying,
So
come on.
Quite a bit different releases and rotation out there, and that's going to make a big difference. The finish is probably there, but you've got to get it to the right spot for it to make that last move.
Yeah, Mark. I have about a thick quarter. I think I can get it with just back ring just through.
I don't think, but We don't need to get it, though. Just freeze to it, freeze the inside. And
Okay.
we've got lots of options.
Kevin Martin with the hammer, needing the 2 points. He's to try and get this rock frozen to the face of the stone. He's got
Line's good.
say he's got a couple of options.
Well, the nice thing is he's following one of those rules we talked about. That is, get the second one in. That's the second point you need. It's sitting there, top 12, top 8. So now you're angling things to try and close it off and get that second point with your last stone. Don't forget, there's another yellow stone on the other side. There's still lots of room to work with.
I guess it's okay. I don't know how we're going to get out of it.
Either come down and tap this a little bit,
I'm going to line up to give
or else come around this way.
What does that do?
Well,
He's
sits
running
two.
the red for sure.
We get to nose. Are we third? Yeah.
Well, if he's
You
running
can try and
nose-
tap this, and you'll keep the angle off of it if you get just off nose.
What's wrong with throwing a 2? Just half tuck it.
What's that?
Throwing a 2.
Guard?
Well, that's fine. A 2 or a 3.
Whatever. He's just running one back onto it.
Well, let him do it. Just a 2 or a 3. I mean, tapping doesn't help.
And the 2 and 3 refer to the zones on the ice?
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah, 2 is halfway guard, 3 is a tight guard. So what they're trying to do is make a run back onto the combo in the 4-foot
Bury it, though. You
tougher,
got
add
bury it.
another
Piece.
rock to the equation.
Tight.
Yep.
There's
Hard now.
Randy.
Go.
We know
Hard.
the rivalry, but there he is.
Hard.
He's just throwing it right in Kevin's face. Well, let him do it. Go ahead.
There's actually no surprises, is there? You're yelling down the ice and saying basically what you're thinking. So they're not holding much back.
And 4,000 people are eavesdropping.
Yeah.
Fine. I like that intern, I think.
Even just not a popularity contest.
So intern, like middle or, yeah. It won't move. Thick half, I guess, eh? Yep. Thick half.
Freeze the yeah. Shooter's going to go on to that. Right?
Oh, intern?
Intern, yeah.
Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
John Morris.
Yeah.
Ah. Whoa. He's been on it. It's not bad, though. Okay, no. Could hit the boards.
Gets the front opened up for Martin, who has the hammer.
Came up a bit, just like my 1-2 ends ago, eh?
Well, earlier, John made some terrific shots to set up a skin. That angle did not work.
Hold line, I think, eh? What's it called?
Guard?
Okay.
What else?
No, you could tap, but...
What's that now?
No, tap him, keep him off, but he'll come off it, and the guard's fine.
I guess that, or we could do an intern draw around that red one, too.
Leave that for our next one.
Yeah. Yeah, we sit 2 in the next one. That's good.
Yep.
They've decided to play the guard. Martin needs the 2 points.
3. Clean to stop.
Line is all important. You don't want to over curl this one.
Over curling, guys.
No, whoa, just clean to stop. 2. Whoa.
Whoa.
You got it.
That didn't do very much.
Wasted stone.
Almost. It's
If this one isn't made perfectly, David will have some sort of use of that guard, Vic, but it certainly didn't do its job in protecting the one in the house.
It's going to curl a whole bunch.
He's just playing a quiet tap back. This takes the
back line.
bigger weight shot away from him a little bit. It's because he has to hold a shooter.
What kind of weight are you thinking?
Back line?
Sure.
Back 12-foot weight,
Okay.
yeah.
Ooh. Be very much of that.
I had you about that far outside of it. He wasn't far off, it's
Kevin Martin at his first.
Close. Yeah. Clean.
Yep.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Close.
Clean.
Sweet.
Yep.
Yes.
Whoa, yep.
Hard.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. No roll, no roll. Yep, roll it. Yep.
Hard. Go on the red one.
Move it far enough, far enough, and yes, to line 2.
Nice shot.
Shoot, you should
You roll a little bit. Yeah. Well, you did try.
Roll ours out of there.
Double is there.
We could roll a fair amount.
We should have left. I don't know why I was keeping this one.
You have to be careful not to spin the rock you're hitting, the top yellow one, over onto your
no,
red.
No, it's thinner than that. What's that? It's like quarter or even hair less. It's pretty thin.
Nail it, Dave.
This is where the week after week of playing the Bonspiel circuit and practicing these angles comes into play, because these are not easy.
No. If you hit it too thick, you may get the double, but it'll jam on the outside one. The rock you're hitting.
Hard! Hard! Hard!
This is curling a bit.
Looks to get them both, and he does, and he avoids the jam, and so now it'll be the draw to the 8-foot for another carryover.
If she just gone this first one, that was 7-4.
Sweet best.
Yeah, absolutely.
Starting to get a little exciting here. 3,000 to 4,500.
To take away the, make it a little more difficult.
Roll that thing out of there.
That's why 3. Well, that's
Soon it'll be in Vic's comfort zone.
60?
Yeah.
First they have to get it there, just an 8-foot draw.
Line's good. Line's good.
This rock slide's good. That down.
Wait only, boys. Line's
So
good.
piece of the white for another carryover.
Yep.
Go, Mark.
Yep. Let's go, boys.
What's left, guys?
And that's what we're going to do. So for a second straight end, we're carrying over. We'll take the 3,000. When we come back for the 5th, it'll be worth $5,000 here at Casino Rama.
Casino Rama Curling Skins Game, presented by Tow Truck in a Box on TSN, is brought to you by Pentax. See the difference. By Via Rail. Via Rail, a more human way to travel. And by Phillips, sense and simplicity.
You see this leak? You got to change your oil every 3,000 clicks, not 5. And use 10W40 motor oil, not 10W30. Stay away from 10W30. You got that? You got that?
What kind of oil does it take?
Yes, it's winter, and women and men are digging out everywhere. In our driveways, roadside, in suburbia, or the city. Tow Truck in a Box makes digging out and getting unstuck easy. It's simple to use and works every time. For outdoorsmen and travelers, it's absolutely perfect for getting your vehicle unstuck. This award-winning tool should be in the trunk of your automobile. It's officially licensed by NASCAR and is as important as a spare tire or jumper cables. Get Tow Truck in a Box today. Available now at Zellers.
When we Canadian sports fans need effective relief from coughs, sore throats, and nasal congestion, we can rely on Fisherman's Friend lozenges, even when our throats are sore from cheering. So keep on cheering with Fisherman's Friend. Fisherman's Friend gives you more to cheer about. You could win one of 4 JVC home entertainment systems or one of 10 JVC HD TVs in the Fisherman's Friend Keep On Cheering contest. Visit fishermansfriend.ca to enter and keep on cheering with Fisherman's Friend.
Excited? Yeah. What gave it away? Oh, It's okay.
He did it! He did it! He got it done and did it!
Special occasion.
With Canada's Best HD, you can get Super Bowl ready in less than 24 hours.
Well, there's a big $5,000 skin available when we resume play here at Casino Rama. Furby and Martin tied right now at $1,000 apiece. Linda, Ray?
You know, Ray, it's something we see at a lot of events. At the very start, the ice is a little tricky and the players have to adjust. The setup shots weren't being made that well in the first four, and so we saw the last end actually open up a little bit, a little more wide open by both teams.
Yeah, we have the advantage of being able to listen to those athletes, so that really helps. And you can tell by the sound, the voices, they're just not as confident as they usually are. And as a result, we haven't seen a lot of the spectacular shots that you usually see. We've seen some nice shots, a couple long doubles. Joni Moe made a couple, but you can definitely tell, Linda, that they're just struggling a little bit with where to put that root. And as a result, it's just difficult.
You know, and the second four, I really expect that matchup to be very key. Randy Ferbey at third, and of course skipping, trying to find the ice, and John Morris. John Morris struggled a little bit last year at this event. He made some big shots in that first four. I think that'll be a very big matchup.
We are at the Entertainment Center, Casino Rama. The Casino Rama Skins game, presented by Tow Truck in a Box.
Rama Curling Skins game, presented by Tow Truck in a Box on TSN, is brought to you by Via Rail. Via Rail, a more human way to travel. By Phillips, sense and simplicity. And by Pentax, see the difference.
You see this leak? You got to change your oil every 3,000 clicks, not 5. And use 10W40 motor oil, not 10W30. Stay away from 10W30. You got that? You got that?
What kind of oil does it take?
Yes, it's winter, and women and men are digging out everywhere. In our driveways, roadside, in suburbia, or the city. Tow Truck in a Box makes digging out and getting unstuck easy. It's simple to use and works every time. For outdoorsmen and travelers, it's absolutely perfect for getting your vehicle unstuck. This award-winning tool should be in the trunk of your automobile. It's officially licensed by NASCAR and is as important as a spare tire or jumper cables. Get Tow Truck in a Box today. Available now at Zellers.
I'm gonna make it. I know I can face it. Gonna live in every moment. When I'm with you, oh, I know it. I'm gonna make it.
Together, we are West Park, partners in the often tough and challenging journey from survival to living life to the fullest. West Park Healthcare Center, the road to recovery.
Tomorrow, the NHL is on TSN. St. Louis heads to the City of Champions. Will they sing the blues? Or will St. Louis strike black gold? Blues, Oilers. Tomorrow at 8 Eastern on TSN. The NFL playoffs from Pittsburgh. Tomorrow on TSN.
Well, they are some of the best in the world, aren't they? Marcel Rock and Ben Hebert at lead. Scott Pfeiffer. Mark Kennedy throwing second stones. Of course, Randy Ferbey at third. John Morris and David Nedowin. And of course, Kevin Martin, four-time Skins winner. As we welcome you back to the Entertainment Center here at Casino Rama, ready to play for $5,000. Interesting the way it started out, each of you trading skins, and then the ice seemed to get a little tricky.
Well, it is a little tricky, but, you know, we're trying our best out there. It's the ice is real good ice, to be honest with you, for curling and whatnot. You can make a lot of shots out here, and we just got to continue to do what we're doing and maybe get a break somewhere along the way and stop Kevin from winning 5 skins in a row.
We're all looking forward to it. I thought John made a couple of cracker shots in that second to get you a skin.
He sure, and a couple other ends too. So yeah, Johnny's throwing it well, and you know, it's a heck of a game. Dave made a nice double on the last end.
Well, listen, we're looking forward to it, fellas. $5,000 is a skin that's up for grabs when we come back to the Entertainment Center here at Casino Rama.
Check it out. Widescreen monitor, 2.6 gig processor. Oh, and you gotta see this video.
You don't have Rogers?
No, why?
It's the fastest.
Well, this is pretty fast, my friend. I mean, look at that sucker go.
Hold it down, maybe.
Rogers high-speed internet. Independent research proves it's the fastest and most reliable, period.
Every curling event that Edmonton has ever hosted has had record curling numbers.
I'm an Edmontonian, and we're pretty proud of how we put on events in general.
The Roar of the Rings is going to be the biggest event in Canadian curling history.
It will be a sellout.
So you better get your tickets now.
The roar of the rocks, the roar of the crowd, the most electrifying 8 days in the history of the roaring game. Tim Hortons Roar of the Rings, delivering Canada's teams.
Get your tickets now and get
ready to roll.
I believe in having ambition.
No pain, no gain.
ਜੋ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਹੋ ਉਸ ਨੂੰ ਪਾਓ. I believe in going for it.
Going for the gold.
I believe that in 2010, a Canadian athlete will win gold at home for the first time ever. Go Canada! I believe there's an Olympian in me.
I believe there's an Olympian in everyone. I believe Vancouver 2010 is going to change everything.
The Vancouver 2010 Olympic Winter Games are coming to TSN.
Do you believe?
Tomorrow, the NHL is on TSN. St. Louis heads to the City of Champions. Will they sing the blues? Or will St. Louis strike black gold? Blues, Oilers. Tomorrow at 8 Eastern on TSN. The NFL playoffs from Pittsburgh. Tomorrow on TSN.
Well, who knows, maybe making some plans of how they might spend a $5,000 skin. That's what's available when we get back to play. Let's check now the numbers after 4. They're brought to you by Casino Rama. We deal excitement big time.
You know, last year we talked about steals being really important. This year, not yet anyways. 2 skins with the hammer, 1 for each team. And then we saw the carryover, so the cash is really building. And not much to choose as far as team percentage goes.
So with the carryover, as we welcome you back to the Entertainment Center here at Casino Rama, it's a $5,000 skin, and it will be Randy Ferbey playing the Red Stones that has the hammer, and he will look to score the 2 points to win the skin.
You could definitely tell. I mean, they both in your interviews, both of them said, you know, it's fine, but you can certainly tell that they're just having a little bit of trouble getting that broom in the right spot, and you can certainly tell by what they're saying. And when that happens, that's one of the reasons why the numbers aren't quite what we're used to seeing. I mean, you're at 79 and 80. These two teams have been known to throw 90% section. So, and I'm sure that as this game goes on, I mean, there's a lot of people here. It's warm. There's a little bit of humidity factor. They'll get with it a little bit more ice-wise, and then the one big thing I believe is that when they're not only struggling with the line a bit, because of the way it's running in various spots, they're struggling a little bit with the weight. And anytime, and you know this best of all, with all the years of skipping you did, if you ever in your mind are not positive about that draw weight because you needed to save so many ends, it affects everything else down the line. You maybe don't call it quite as aggressively as you would because you just don't believe in your heart that you can drop it on the pimple. We saw it in the shootout, the throw to the button too.
That's the one thing we talk about, taking a bit of risk, but now there's a lot of cash on the board, and sometimes worry and doubt creep in, and those are 2 big enemies when you get those in your head to playing well, to performing at your best.
That's fine. Good shot. Very good.
Randy Ferbey with last rock needs 2 points to get that $5,000. It's in an 8-end game. We're getting down to the point of the game where this 5,000 is big.
Hard again. Real hard.
It's good. Hard.
Clean. Whoa, whoa, whoa. 4-5.
Whoa.
Room now, room
Marcel
now.
Rock.
5-6.
Whoa.
Curl. Straighten up.
Yeah, he's a little tight on that one, I thought. A little bit.
What?
All right.
Well, Ray mentioned the draw to the button, that $1,000, that little bonus already going to Glenn Howard. Each of the semifinals, $21,000. We doubled it for the final on Sunday. There's a winner's bonus of $15 grand for a total of $100,000. Mark Kennedy.
Not bad. Gotta go a bit.
Yeah.
Go.
Real hard, real hard, real hard. Line's tight.
Come on, Benny.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna stay on it.
Yeah.
That throw by the Furby team was a little deep, but we see the problem here. There was a chance to get to the face of it, and it overcurled.
He hit it on the nose. So
I don't know. When did we start taking edge 8 to get by a corner?
I don't know if it's released.
When is it
or-
not curled that whole
I thought he
game?
gave you this much out.
Well, look where the guard is, though.
Yeah.
Mark Kennedy would go
Whenever we
game
have
after
not
game
curled,
after
the
game and
side
never
is
make a shot like that.
Five. Four then. Four. Lots of
In
room.
this case, we have two left-handers following each
Where is
other.
it? Four. Room.
So
Stay
it's
close.
No, it's
a little
outside
bit
that line
different
there. Whoa,
situation.
whoa, whoa, whoa,
Releases
that's
will be a
curl.
little more similar
go.
with the
No,
outturn
go.
in this case.
It's going.
Go, 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 go.
Yep. Hard.
It's finishing hard now.
No, that's pretty good. Whoa, 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 that's good. How
Nice
about
throw.
So Furby looking for the two, has them as we play second stones. But will they be there?
Across the top.
The way that one ran, I would think that Mark did not get out to the
Thick half, Mark. Yeah, 2/3, Mark.
Trying to double peel, maybe getting something off the forefoot as well.
Yep. Hard. Hard. Hard.
Boy, look at that. Gets two of them and it opens up that side.
Great shot. As Linda suggests, she not only to get rid of the front, you got one of those rocks off the forefoot. You take another look at this. There's the big weight advantage. There's the contact, and gets one of those stones off the forefoot and opens the entire side. Now that's not a great. I mean, it's better than it was before with those two rocks being in there. But
Whoa, guys.
Kevin Martin does have to steal, and that forefoot's pretty wide
What do you
open.
want to do? Yep.
Well, I want
Is
to
it
make a
in?
good one.
Yep. Line's good now.
Oh. Yep, yep, yep.
Hard.
That's real good. Get in here. Go.
Hard. Hard, 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 hard. Hard.
Ours goes. Go,
Hard.
go, 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 go.
Hard, 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 hard.
No, it's not. All right. How about?
You better make this now. Those yellow stones were usable out front. Now really that red one's blocked a lot of
even
the
then you
way
could just
to
get it
use the
back
yellow
here.
stones. So here's a chance, but this may be your only one to get a little hit and flip if you're Kevin Martin in behind cover.
Good point, Lou, about the fact that red rock now in the 12-foot does take away the possibility of moving the yellow ones into a better position by raising them. So a little hit and roll here, little flip is very important.
Never.
John Morris.
No.
Ebert, Kennedy haven't put a brush to it.
Pretty aggressive.
And it sat right there all the way down.
I think the comment aggressive would be referring to the amount of the weight thrown a little bit. Maybe expected a little less.
So many times we talk about the key shot being a come around in skins play, some sort of great tap maybe. This is a wide open hit, and it's the roll that's all important.
11. Whoa, 11 up. Whoa, 11 up.
Clean. Whoa. Ah.
11. 11 up. Just a left. Too late. Should have gone the other way.
Anything?
Yeah,
That ran pretty straight. Are we dealing with a patch of ice, do you think, here? That just maybe runs a little straight, or is it a weight thing?
It's a combination, Vic. From the edge of the 8-foot, they know how to get to the button, but this is sort of that in-between spot, and with the extra weight to move the rock and get the roll, they're just not sure.
What David was referring to is that he should have made an earlier decision on brushing it to try and roll it to the outside, away from this spot.
All right, so it doesn't leave him this chance again. John Morris.
Yep. Less weight, less weight. Hard, 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 real hard, 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 whoa, hard. Whoa.
Oof. Oh, that's not a bad line call.
Good call. No, I gave that one a bit too much of a goal.
Yeah, those are two different throws. Those are two different tosses, those two. Yeah.
Shoot.
Same thing. That's the hard part when
Same
you're
way?
skipping, too.
Yep.
If you get people giving you a
tighten it up a
different
little, just
release,
throw it
you're
the same
never really feeling confident about where to put the
Tighten it
broom.
up just a hair.
So as a thrower, you have to avoid that temptation of giving the rock a little help, that throwing it inside or outside based on what you think the ice will do. You have to throw it cleanly.
Oh, 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 just 11. Yep. Whoa, 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 whoa. Want to go? Yeah, yeah, hard, 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 hard.
Looking for the flip. Little roll. Sit, and it will edge of the 4 to line 2. Well, after 4 seasons, the epic journey comes to an end. Don't miss the final episodes of Battlestar Galactica, premiering Friday at 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific on Space. Not much space in our control room, or thanks to everyone for their hard work.
Oh, no. Wouldn't have to hit and roll.
They almost lost that, Linda. They almost
Goes to about here.
miscalled the brushing, and
We're dead.
What if we go here?
Phil Berry.
Yeah. I think it will. And then we can run that on our next one. Or the run.
It's tough to make a good shot.
I think this is the best call.
Yeah. Well, the best call, yeah, would be have it sink right in here.
Yeah.
And it might.
And even if you're here, it's not the end of the world, right?
Yeah. I guess that's perfect. If it'll bury enough.
Okay.
It's hard to say. I'll throw the
Sold.
2 first.
I'll throw the 2 first. I'm not going It's yellow, red. Back 4. Shot rock.
okay, we heard the conversation. Right in there, trying to get it buried behind those red stones.
Sweep for the back 4, eh?
Yeah.
The other thing, Linda, throwing the number 2 stone first, and so they determine that through their matching of stones and playing before and during practice, correct?
Yeah, I watched them in practice. He definitely thought he had a cutter, and he kept it for when he might need it, and he thinks he might need it now. You also heard them say brush for back 4. That probably will be the best path. And again, Vic, it's to tempt your opposition into the quieter shot.
Hard, boys. Hard line.
Line's good.
Really hard.
So Ebert is on the right, Kennedy on the left, closest to the stone.
Off. Now let it dive. Off. Let it dive. Whoa. Whoa, let it dive.
And it'll dive in and just hold on to the back 4. It is the shot stone. It is the steel point that Martin is looking for.
We only missed the guard by.
They missed guard by much. Yeah.
Did not.
10, yeah.
That was a lovely throw, got into a spot, the best spot really you could. The only thing is Kevin knows that there is a tap available. But now you go over to the Randy Furby thought, and it's another one of those, where do I put the broom for that little bit extra weight?
You know what it's going to do there.
Yeah.
He's just talking back 8 foot weight. This is almost a draw with great rushing. You don't have to move it very far. You have to move it 4 or 5 inches. That's all. Kevin will probably end up with some form of freeze available if David makes this.
9, 10. 10. Close. 10.
They would love to get a little bit of a roll.
I sure will. Just away a bit.
Now here they go.
Not a ton of weight.
Pfeiffer and Rock. And roll it away a little bit, and they will. They'll roll it to sit for 2.
Well, you can see the mark is pretty much right there, but I'm watching your
Show us
feet.
a replay there, guys. We'll have her in a second.
The rock did get moved in the process.
I'm watching
Hey,
Rock.
Chad. Want to just show us the replay there, guys, and we'll have her.
On TSN, so we can see where it was.
Kevin's going to do he's doing the directing now and the producing. Here, let's have a look.
Pause.
We all do that, Kevin.
2/3 in the...
There's
So there
the
it is.
movement.
So it's got to go back almost to where the foot was up at the top. Find it.
That's pretty close.
And everybody's...
Sorry, guys.
There it is.
I just picked it.
Oh, boy.
What would they say in radio at about the 10 o'clock position?
Yeah, 9:35.
Okay. That's where it was, and
Very a bit here anyhow.
that's where it is.
Pretty good.
Very nice.
Hey, all right.
Thanks, fellas. Thanks for doing that.
The roll was so important to get away from there, Linda, to roll it. That's why they jumped that rushing and a little bit of excitement that didn't keep control of the feet and then the kick rock. But the roll was so important because if you sit right there, if it gets to the face, then Kevin sits on top of it, takes the end away from you. All he can do is try and bury this behind.
And now your task is a little tougher because all they have to do is come down and move it a little bit. If it's in the same spot, come to the nose. He's really got to make sure this is buried.
No, it's not.
Whoa, no, nothing. Right here, whoa.
Ebert and Kennedy just nursing this for the moment.
Top of the button. Top of the button.
Now, Morris out 2. Take it as far as they can. There's the 4. Can you get it top button? Can you cover the pin? They will. A little late finish as well.
Yeah. Oh, you think it's too much?
No, I was just double checking.
David didn't take very long to call the ice in to call this shot, of course. It's a quiet tap back for the deuce and a $5,000 skin.
That seemed for you a tough shot. That's what I'm saying.
Same shot.
Okay.
Same shot.
Same shot. They just don't need to brush for the roll. Just let it come up to the nose as much as possible.
Try not to kick anything.
No.
I'm just kidding.
So the $5,000. That's what David Nettoway is looking at here with the quiet tap back.
More weight. Clean it. Yep.
Now so much
More weight.
on Pfeiffer and Rock to
Whoa.
make
More weight. Clean. Yeah.
the brushing judgment.
Whoa. Ah. Whoa.
Gotta move. Gotta move, come over. And then sit, and sit, and sit, and there it is. For the skin and the $5,000, it'll go to Randy Ferbey here in the 5th.
You see this leak? You got to change your oil every 3,000 clicks, not 5. And use 10W40 motor oil, not 10W30. Stay away from 10W30. You got that? You got that?
What kind of oil does it take?
Yes, it's winter, and women and men are digging out everywhere. In our driveways, roadside, in suburbia, or the city. Tow truck in a box makes digging out and getting unstuck easy. It's simple to use and works every time. For outdoorsmen and travelers, it's absolutely perfect for getting your vehicle unstuck. This award-winning tool should be in the trunk of your automobile. It's officially licensed by NASCAR and is as important as a spare tire or jumper cables. Get Tow Truck in a Box today. Available now at Zellers.
Tim Hortons Briar presents The Champ. 2 great packages at 2 great prices. Buy today and get the same seat for 7 knockout matches, including the championship final, and all the Briar Patch you can handle.
In any given day, you think about a lot of things, like how your stomach's growling and you're craving 2 Arby's sourdough melts for $5. But I'm thinking you should hurry. This offer won't last. That's any 2 sourdough melts for only $5. Now you're thinking Arby's.
I really like you.
Thank you. Thank you.
My wife is in there. She's in danger. What are you doing?
Sir, we're not sure it was your wife that placed the 911 call.
What do you mean?
We believe your wife is holding someone in there against their will.
I want to know about you and him. I just want the truth.
Knife confirmed.
A knife is as bad as a gun. It never sticks, never jams, never runs out of ammo.
What happened?
What do you want me to say?
We're escalating.
3 seconds.
Go, 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 go.
An all-new Flashpoint, Friday at 9, 8 Central on CTV.
And liftoff. There's science everywhere. Daily Planet will show you where to look for it and what it all means. Spend some quality time on the planet. Daily Planet. Weeknights on Discovery Channel.
Well, coming up this evening at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, some Skins game history. Jennifer Jones, the reigning world champion, will go against Glenn Howard. We'll have it for you, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 Pacific, our second semifinal from here in the Entertainment Center of Casino Rama. We welcome you back. So the big skin of $5,000 in that fifth goes to Randy Ferbey. We're playing for $3,000 now in the sixth. And it is Kevin Martin playing the Yellowstones. He has the hammer. He'll look to score the 2 for the skin.
Interesting enough, David Nedwin looked like the David Nedwin that we remember through that great run of his, because he looked very confident with both those shots. Linda, he threw the exact weight he wanted to. They judged it properly. He got the small tap back. The first one being really important, rolling away from that spot. And he looked very confident doing it.
Better win some money at the casino, Benny.
That rock caught something very early. That's why they just pushed it. You have to look back to David Nedwin actually in 2 ways. He actually generated the carryover in the fourth end by making a double and getting his team out of trouble. Then his team in the last end executed the great taps and rolls, got the skin set up. And David finished it off. And it's discouraging right now for the Martin team. They've lost a couple of key rocks on something on the ice. Yeah, that to the fact now the dollar signs are not in the favor of the Martin team on the scoreboard, and you start to get a little antsy about getting something going.
But let's remember the value of the skins as we move through this game. $3,000 in this end, $4,500 in the next, and $65 in the last. So it's all still in front of you a bit. You just can't make any more mistakes, or many more.
All there. Room. Line's good. Lots of room.
Way close.
Okay.
It's all there.
Line's pretty good.
Top 12.
Okay, hard then. Hard. Line will be tight if it's that light.
It's going to curl too much too, I think.
Well,
Yeah.
way.
A little light, maybe.
Oh, get ready, Mark. I could choke both these off. Yep.
Yep. I don't know. How's it going, Benny?
Pretty good.
How we doing?
We're slipping over here.
We're doing all right.
Okay.
Are they?
Well, let's take a look at some of the numbers, Linda. They're brought to you by Tow Truck in a Box, the snow driver's best friend, available at Zellers now.
We talked about how both these teams are posting big numbers in normal play, a little bit lower today, but Marcel Rock is showing us some great form. Getting rocks in the right spot, remembering how important those lead setup rocks are.
Yeah, they're
Oh, Randy. Don't even look at it. No.
Don't even look at it. Don't even look at it.
Trying to keep it in front of the tee line.
I thought it was interesting, too, after Ben Ebert had his stone catch something. It didn't make the hog line. And Kevin trying to lighten it up just a little bit, saying, hey, how you doing, buddy? Come on now. Just, don't want to get down on yourself.
He also went all the way down the ice, Kevin Martin did, and had a chat with the team. And sometimes you need to do that. You just need to rally around the fact that there's lots of cash, as Ray has already said. There's lots of rocks. We're only on seconds rocks, so let's get something going here.
You don't talk with us, though. You just cuff Ray and I every once in a while.
Sometimes that's the right technique.
Well, it's been working. 20 years it's been working. This got going ready too. I don't know if they.
I don't know.
The weight was so close there.
That's a pile of ice. We should get by with that. Not even close. We're just.
Well, Mark Kennedy's struggling with that shot, and look at the draw percentages for these seconds. Yes, we often talk about seconds playing hits, but at this level, they're also used to making the key draws. We know they have to in skins format. That's just not numbers we're used to seeing.
But at the same time, are the numbers not skewed just a little bit because of skins play? I mean, or do we...
A little bit, yeah, I agree.
Some of the shots are a little tougher, Vic, but actually in this game, we've seen a little more open play because they're struggling a bit with calling the ice.
Get it over.
I don't know what you're saying. It's hard over.
Just get it over.
I always want to say the numbers, if they're really good, are more impressive because of that.
True. Yeah.
Well, we're on a noisy club. We'll say something. We can't hear anything you say.
I said it's got nothing. That's what
I just got it over.
We're on a noisy club. Right here. No, I can't hear me. Okay.
I got nothing.
No, I got none. But yeah, then I got a... Yeah, right there.
Okay. More feet.
That was a golden opportunity to get that tucked around in the top of the 12-foot and really make this end difficult for Kevin. Now he's got a way out. And a chance to get it set up for himself. He has to score 2 points to get the skin. But
Heavy! Back right, back low! Hard! Hard! Hard!
Hey, right. Are they maybe getting warm? I don't know.
How are we going to get a rock in the house? That's the double there, yeah. I don't know.
They're questioning how they can get a rock in because they're struggling with finding not just the ice but the weight, and they're asking about whether the rocks are warming up, and that's why they're grabbing light. We don't know the answers, but at this point somebody has to really give it a little extra on those come arounds. Mark did, but maybe they need a little extra ice as well.
2. Okay, stay on it.
Randy Furby.
2.
This is his first.
3, 2.
Interesting thing about the way Randy throws, he's a bit of a tucker and throws a little bit in out on all his releases, and that actually in this particular situation is probably going to be a benefit.
It's fine.
he is a tucker.
He is a tucker.
He's got a bit of a tucker.
Yeah. He throws a little bit of a center slide
And you're right, though, he does throw a little bit inside-outside a little bit.
And he's been getting some good results.
We might as well stick with what's working in our draws. No? I don't know. Yeah, intern to the top can, boys. Still got shot rock. All right.
First deuce, anyway.
You don't see games where this level of player and these teams, which we know are so fantastic, are sound so kind of insecure about what they're calling and the weight, etc. You don't see this very often. They're just usually they're so confident.
Hard.
Now this was the crash too.
That was really soft release. I didn't have a chance.
Okay, well, something in the release then from
Well, no,
Morris.
light. He was light, what Kevin was saying. It's just soft.
But I think, Vic, one of the things we practice when the ice really swings to center is a little bit of an in-out release, throwing to the margin, some people call it. And that will actually make it run a little longer in both the sort of faster path, the edge of the 8-foot path, and also keep the curl in the right spot. So sometimes you got to play a bit with that rock.
Okay, room. Here, less. Room. 2. Well then, let it curl. Whoa. Whoa, it's got to move. Okay, clean. It's 1, 2. No, that's good. Whoa.
We're in a tow truck in a box path.
No, let it die.
Boy, it snaps, doesn't it?
Whoa, good. Right on.
How's that for a plug?
And it's out there for the longest time and then just suddenly goes.
Well, I talked about the fact that the way Randy Furby throws is a bit of an advantage, perhaps, and the numbers are supporting that at 93% and 96% on the draws. And even John Morris has made some great shots on difficult conditions.
Yeah. For us to have hammer and 7 is not a bad thing. We take a 8.
Okay. But if we carry over...
Carry over makes no difference. So we might as well have hammer and 7 and make sure we carry it over to 8, and at least then we have a chance, right?
Okay.
I guess you could just throw lob the intern, but then he's just going to hit and roll off this one. We have no shot. Might as well make it now.
Okay.
If you don't make it now, I don't think we're buggered.
Okay.
Control.
You like it with just back heavy draw?
You know what? No, not really.
Okay.
Control. It'll run pretty nice. It'll curl a bit. Right here is control.
He's going to play the run back on the Yellowstone, try and
control.
Run it back onto the Redstone with his and with the control weight, they call it. Their up weight, not their up weight, but their bumper weight.
For sweeping or whatever.
The question, the discussion, Vic, was whether to play it now. You always have to decide, this is really all they've got. Do you use it up now in case it doesn't work? And they say, well, really, we can't play much else.
And Kevin also did a little bit of banking, mental banking, knowing that there's the skin here is 3,000 and doing some quick addition as he makes the angle raise. And John Morris, that's the force point. That's the carryover point for Martin here in the sixth. It's worth $3,000.
Nice weight.
Nice weight was the key. If you overthrew that, it would run very straight. Got enough of the angle, enough of the one in the house. Yes, very nice.
Well, John's made some great shots.
He has.
That's the way you have to throw it, though. The way you release that is perfect.
I know we're not playing it right now. No.
Just. So what a turnaround for the Furby team. They've been guarding and protecting the one in the house all along, and now they have to try and find a way to get in there.
We'll just chat off this end. Go over that with the team, because
Try and get to the top of the 4 foot. It's not necessary that they're shot rock. Get it to the 4 foot just so they can make it difficult for Kevin to get his 2. He needs 2 points to win the skin.
5-6. Yep.
It's just to see if their draw, they're struggling with their draws as well.
5, 4, go. Play.
Rock and Pfeiffer pounding it all the way.
Go. Keep going.
Whoa. Just touch it. We can use that next shot. Whoa. Okay, how about?
Just a little rub.
That one felt funny in my hand, too.
Not a lot to choose between the 4 throwers. We've seen David Nedwin make some very big shots, but Kevin Martin is showing the consistency we often see. So very close, and we know these 2 throwers will be the key in these last few skins.
Wow. Like, what, do you want to guard it? What does he do?
Yeah, the best spot is right here. Because then if he makes that, we have the in off. Right there.
I don't really like guarding it. He lobs one in the top 8 and I don't have a shot
Right
for 2.
Okay. So you want to go T-line with
Good
this? What are you
point.
thinking?
Top 4.
Yeah, T-line.
You don't want to set up an easy pocket, that's all.
Right, but
Or a
T-line.
double.
Just sweep for the T.
Quite often when people are playing another one into the rings and trying to look at how the opposition has a run back available, you put the rocks too close together, the run back is actually easier for the opponent. So they're very aware of that on this shot.
Curl, Benny.
What do you want?
Line's good, T-line.
It has to curl.
We're going to go past it then, eh?
T's good. It's buried. It's good. It's all good.
Whoa, John, hold on. Good shot, Kev.
There it is. Not quite T, but line 2.
That was a pretty good indication of how quickly they stopped. That rock looked like it was sliding along pretty well, and it just got to the rings and came to a halt.
Well,
make it really
You play it quiet, likely it's going to be a carryover even if I make a decent shot. I mean, to get it to the button is not that likely, right? You go for the skin right now, then all you have to win is 7 or 8. If it's a carryover or we lose the skin, we still have to win 7 and 8. But you go for it right now and win the skin, then all you need is one of the 2.
So what, do you want to throw a bumper down?
Well, either way, Dave, it's just how you're going to make it, right? And if you think you're better making it.
Well, I'm just saying, playing draw weight to get to the button and outshoot that is really unlikely. To play bumper, there's way more chance.
No, I'm not thinking 7. I was thinking more like a 9-10.
What's it?
We can throw 11 at it.
I like it 11 up.
Yeah.
Okay, so all
half a rock.
Yeah, a little less.
Interesting discussion. Sorry, Ray.
That's okay. Just how to do it. How to get this rock here with what kind of weight. And you heard them discuss it. They're running that one back, and they're doing it with a little bit more weight than just tapping it to the button or so.
But this discussion, Linda, of when to play it, how to play this one, the scenarios.
Exactly, managing the scoreboard and the hammer and thinking through the last couple of ends where the cash is so big. It was a great discussion. The team decided on this shot.
And David with, in fact, he's throwing it. Had a lot of input. Here they go, puff and puff and angle it back, angle it back. They got it.
Hard, Randy, hard, 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 hard.
Ooh, now.
I wanted to get that out of there.
Yeah, it's just biting the back. Oh.
Good job.
Just biting the back.
Shoot.
Nice shot by David with the perfect weight. He wanted to play it with a little bit more weight, Linda, and he did so. Good call by Randy on the angle.
And there's that stone at the back, the nasty little biter. But it could be a great little biter for Kevin Martin here.
The in off.
$3,000 skin. Martin, his last, got one. Oh, and he'll slide by. And it'll be a steal of the skin for Furby. The in off. He had his second point at the back. Kevin Martin gives up the skin, and now he can't afford to give up anything more.
This SportsCenter update is brought to you by Disney Parks. What will you celebrate?
Back inside the SportsCenter newsroom, I'm Corey Warren. The early edition coming up at 6 o'clock Eastern time. Let's check out some of the stories we're following for you today. Lots of action this afternoon in the NHL. Carolina and Boston, second period. David Krejci to Michael Ryder is second of the game. Bruins leading 5-0 in the third. Thrashers and Panthers, second period. Florida up 3-2 when Eric Christensen snaps home his third of the season. Florida leading this game 5-3 in the third. College hoops, number 2, Duke and Florida State. Gerald Henderson with the bucket. Duke by 3 late in the first half. Also tonight on the ice, the Leafs are in Philadelphia to face the Flyers, and the Ravens and Titans will face each other in the AFC divisional playoff game in the NFL today. We will have those highlights for you coming up on the early edition of SportsCenter. We'll see you at 6 o'clock Eastern time. We've got more curling on the way.
You see this leak? You got to change your oil every 3,000 clicks, not 5. And use 10W40 motor oil, not 10W30. Stay away from 10W30. You got that? You got that?
What kind of oil does it take?
Yes, it's winter, and women and men are digging out everywhere. In our driveways, roadside, in suburbia, or the city. Tow truck in a box makes digging out and getting unstuck easy. It's simple to use and works every time. For outdoorsmen and travelers, it's absolutely perfect for getting your vehicle unstuck. This award-winning tool should be in the trunk of your automobile. It's officially licensed by NASCAR and is as important as a spare tire or jumper cables. Get tow truck in a box today. Available now at Zellers.
In any given day, you think about a lot of things, like how your stomach's growling and you're craving 2 Arby's sourdough melts for $5. But I'm thinking you should hurry. This offer won't last. That's any 2 sourdough melts for only $5. Now you're thinking Arby's.
Tomorrow, the NHL is on TSN. St. Louis heads to the City of Champions. Will they sing the blues? Or will St. Louis strike black gold? Blues, Oilers. Tomorrow at 8 Eastern on TSN.
Coming up tomorrow, the road to the Super Bowl goes through Pittsburgh as the Steelers host San Diego for the AFC In the playoffs, coverage begins 4 Eastern, 1 Pacific, available in TSN HD. Let's look back to that 6th and the last 2 shots.
Well, it was another wonderful shot for David Nedewin. It was a great team discussion and team decision to play the shot, go for it, and go for it they did with a lovely angle raise, quiet shot right to the forefoot.
The real key there was that David was confident in what the amount of weight he wanted to play, and he played exactly what he wanted and raised it back perfectly. Kevin tries the in-off and gets a little unlucky here. He just has to hit it so a little bit thicker to get the right angle. That's hard luck.
So we go to the 7th here at the entertainment center of Casino Rama.
That was a nice weight to throw.
It is a $4,500 skin that's available. And Kevin Martin, playing the Yellowstones, has the hammer. He'll look to score the 2, and he cannot afford to give up any more money. It's $9,000 for Furby. Martin sitting at $1,000.
Well, that's why it changes everything. When you heard the Furby team talk about managing the scoreboard and the hammer, well, they have a little bit of luxury because they had cash going into that end. Kevin Martin doesn't have any luxury. He has to make sure the cash does not go on the other side of the board.
Weight's close.
A lot of room, John.
Weight's good, weight's good.
All there.
All there, yeah.
Top 4.
A lot of room, Mark.
Top 8.
He needs to curl some.
Okay. Yeah, can't be top 12, yeah. 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 Yep.
Shot, Benny.
Shot, Benny.
Brandon can be very, very aggressive in this end if he so desires, because he does have the advantage of being able to lose the money where Kevin cannot.
Room.
And still be alive.
Whoa, why is
So should the skin go
it's got to curl.
Mr. Furby's way, then it's all over.
So, Linda, if you're Kevin Martin, and you've looked to maybe force the carryover here, because, in fact, I mean, when do you make that decision of when to go and say, all right, we're going to play for the skin, or we're just going to look for the carry?
That's a good point, Vic. When a lot is at stake and when you're down on the scoreboard, you have to minimize risk by a bit. At this stage of the end, Kevin will still proceed to go for the skin in the normal fashion, trying to get his 2. But at some point, you have to make sure you can at least get in there for 1.
Good.
Good shot, Ben.
Well done.
Nice roll.
Nice shooting.
Freeze to the face.
Shooting, Benny.
The shot
Shooting,
stone.
Ben.
Go. Get it here. Yeah, hard line. Hard.
I think he just underthrew this a little bit, I think.
No. Jeez. Just babied it. Line this up.
Babied it.
Yeah. Now you can get off of it.
Well, we'll line it up maybe. Or,
Scott Pfeiffer. And now they're overlapped and not at a great angle.
But it'll go right back onto ours.
No, this way. Just high side.
Sure. Try to line it up to the button.
Yeah.
Lock around, Mark. Tap a bit.
I like it if it's an easy
There's
double.
that one intangible at this stage of the game, and that is momentum. And at this point, the Furby team has all of it, really. And for Kevin Martin, the fact that he can get a skin, and at this point, it's setting up really nicely for him. That's big in both the momentum and confidence to head into the last end.
Line's good. Hard. 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 Hard.
And both Ben Ebert and Mark Kennedy have been frustrated in recent ends, and more frustration here.
He's not feeling it. He's not feeling it.
Now, isn't that interesting?
Well,
that's a telling comment.
Whatever you think.
Kevin talks to Randy. He's not feeling it.
And it does come down to feel, and we talk about that a lot with curling, but when the ice is a little bit tricky like this, the stopwatches are a little less effective. You can use some portion of that information, but at some point, Vic, you have to slide out with that feel from the hack and let the rock go with confidence. And at this stage, the players that are coming up short are not doing that.
And what do you always say about the feel from the fingers to the head?
Yeah, that's what this game is all about. It's
What are we doing? Well, what do you want to do? Well, sweep to keep line or sweep not to keep line or?
Feel that one right in my hand. Jeez. Can't really feel anything. Yeah.
well, another yellow stone in there will put Mr. Furby in a position where even tow truck in a box isn't going to help him.
Hard line.
Come on, Benny.
Okay. Clean.
Line only.
Oh.
Huh? Line only.
Oh.
It's all there. Top 4 T-line.
Yeah.
This is stop.
Want to get by still?
Hard. Do you want to get by? That's fine.
I'm not sure.
That's pretty good. Great shot.
You don't see those guys back off like that very often. We really thought that was sliding too far, but we've seen all game that when they get to the 8-foot area or into the rings, they do dig in a bit.
I think he just gets the top one. Just all enough. Go 11 on this one. 11. He's got to play with it or guard it or whatever. Even if we roll away, then we got something to come off with too, eh?
Yeah, true.
The Redstones out front are available but aren't perfect, and they're not going to play it yet as far as the Furby team goes. They're going to play a quiet shot and try and leave a rock in position in the rings that either Kevin has to worry about or Randy can use later.
David definitely clearly said, even if you roll a little bit to the outside and it stays there, then we can always come in off of it.
Just 11. Yep, hard.
Always looking ahead.
Whoa. Whoa.
Nice throw.
Very nice.
Good hack. Another beat.
So that's a rock Kevin cannot leave there.
Go my 6 first. Switch her up. Okay, boys, around the nose, we can.
Yep.
All this information on the stones they get from their practice times yesterday and today. They know the stones out there. Everybody's throwing all 4 teams. One set here, 2 sets.
Yep. Clean's good.
Okay.
Yep. Clean. Just hard.
Trying to sneak it by the center line guard.
Good. Very nice.
And right on the beat.
Good shot. But nice brushing, too, and they got it early enough.
Shoot him, Johnny. Shoot, buddy. Get them all.
Give ourselves a chance to come in. Oh. Okay. Well, this one won't go, but...
They won't get dragged off that end. I think they might all go, wow.
What kind of weight?
Peel.
Oh, okay. They're slowing down ourselves a bit, though.
Yeah, try and slice that red one
Can you get them all or no?
across the face. Are they going to hit the back one? Try and get the double.
And they need to free up some space to get into the rings.
Yeah, real hard.
Get all 3 moving.
Real hard.
He got tight of the broom.
Oh, and he got away with it.
Okay.
He gets rid of 1 only.
He wanted the double there, Victor. Looking more and more like it's going to come all down to that 8th end. Linda mentioned it right out of his hand that looked a little tight inside, and they brushed it all away.
It might drag a bit.
That's fine. If you lose that one, it's fine.
Yeah.
Right, because this one's still nutted. Well, it won't be, actually. It'll be. I think we have to, because then it gives us a shot, right?
Yeah.
Peel, 3/4.
Why didn't you
The front rocks haven't set up perfectly, but there definitely is with the drag effect. There's definitely a chance if you leave them there.
We got to get rid of these reds, boys.
You have running one of the reds back onto the 4-foot stone.
As we come around, he's got us coming and going a bit. Just off nose with peel.
John Morris with an extra little push.
Watch this, Mark. Watch this.
Sorry, boys.
He just didn't throw that very well.
Sorry, Kev.
I think we hit this. And then we line it up after for
Just
your
throw easy weight and try and make.
Doesn't matter if you, well, he's going to draw around.
That miss
Mind
left
you, can you make a
lots
double
of
off this one
options
first?
for Randy.
Or we just throw peel and.
Actually, Dave, that's fine. As long as you hit this and roll this way.
Yeah.
Yeah, just play it.
You don't have to make the double.
Eventually hit the. I mean,
Yeah.
we need to hit the 8 first, is what we need to do.
Well, if you skinny the two,
Yeah.
it's not gonna...
All right. Well, let's see the ice. Randy. My glass, Randy. It's not going to move for me. Glass. Yeah.
David's looking pretty fit out there. Looks like he's been pushing a little weight, and like myself. Unfortunately, his is in his shoulders. Mine's in my waistline.
He's got a great pre-shot routine. You saw him ask for the broom to go down so he can lock in the feel of where he's going to throw. And look at that determination.
Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Sit right there.
And backs it up to lie covered.
He's been a huge difference in this game. He's made big shots.
That was a big miss by Johnny Moe to set that up, and no mistake by David Nettleman.
Get rid of the top two.
Yeah,
Maybe squirt it.
He makes a good bump.
Even if it's not, yeah.
Maybe this is the way to make it. If we dead jam it, he makes the perfect bump to the button, we lose.
Okay. So, quarter rock. Yeah.
So this is where the end has completely changed. Vic asked earlier, when do you make the switch? This is when you make the switch from trying to go for a skin to being desperate not to give up the cash.
You're now playing for the carryover.
It'll be pretty thin, make this.
Now, isn't this to his advantage, these kind of shots? This is the kind of shot that we look at Kevin Martin and say, this is his shot. He should be able to bail himself out here.
Yeah, I agree.
Yep, yep, hard, 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 Benny, hard.
It's his reputation. And he gets the 2 off the center line.
But a nice opportunity now for David Nettleman to get right around that to the top of the 4-foot and make Kevin's draw very difficult.
At least.
Mark.
Top of the button.
No, not that one. No.
And considering their draw weight, maybe it's the last thing you're Martin, you want to do is draw.
You're probably right, Vic. And this is where if you're Randy Furby, David Nettleman, you choose both the spot that you want to play, Vic, because you know the ice, but also a little bit of what you think the other guy wants to play. That's the one you try to take away. Try to cover the front of that button, but play the turn that you think Kevin would rather play.
Pressure of the money is never far away, is it?
7-8.
That's good.
Just for life.
Whoa,
whoa, Rim. Weight's real good.
Rim.
Rim. We're there.
Let it go,
Rim.
let it go. It's got to curl. Leave the center line, guys.
Rim.
Wait as long as you can.
Go, 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 go. Come on, Marty. Go. Come on. Go, 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 go. Push.
It just didn't curl for him.
So the out is there.
For the carryover.
Didn't move. Oh, nice try. It's over. That thing curled, man, and they're dead. Wow, he's got a tough shot.
Skinny.
Yeah, you're right, David. If you get that to the top of the button, boy, they are in tough, because drawing is not so easy out there. Today?
Probably someone back to 8.
Even if it was a
You don't
little
want too much
short
less,
and
'cause I think we're
buried,
gold.
it would have been different. You would have maybe forced Kevin to the other turn and into a tough spot. But that's pretty open, that rock.
Curl a bit.
For the single to force the carryover and bring the opening semifinal down to the 8th and final end. And how much now on Ben Hebert and Mark Kennedy? How much on them now to try and save it as it starts to dive?
Come on, boys. Come on.
Got to get it by first. Oh, they did. And they saved one for the skipper.
Alive. Halfway down, 50-50.
So here we go. We'll take the 4,500, add 6,500, $11,000, and the game is on the line when we come back.
Yes, it's winter, and women and men are digging out everywhere. In our driveways, roadside, in suburbia, or the city. Tow truck in a box makes digging out and getting unstuck easy. It's simple to use and works every time. For outdoorsmen and travelers, it's absolutely perfect for getting your vehicle unstuck. This award-winning tool should be in the trunk of your automobile. It's officially licensed by NASCAR and is as important as a spare tire or jumper cables. Get Tow Truck in a Box today. Available now at Zellers.
When we Canadian sports fans need effective relief from coughs, sore throats, and nasal congestion, we can rely on Fisherman's Friend lozenges, even when our throats are sore from cheering. So keep on cheering with Fisherman's Friend. Fisherman's Friend gives you more to cheer about. You could win one of 4 JVC home entertainment systems or one of 10 JVC HD TVs in the Fisherman's Friend Keep On Cheering contest. Visit fishermansfriend.ca to enter and keep on cheering with Fisherman's Friend.
We can't put this off. They're looking for a decision ASAP.
This can't wait till we get back.
Okay. Let's do this. You're Sagittarius, right?
Sign of the Archer.
Moon is ascending, opportunity. Ah, it's your big day to make a foreign corporate acquisition.
Sounds like we're making a foreign corporate acquisition.
Wish I was a Sagittarius.
He's excited about Montana's deal-a-winning meal.
She won too!
Choose one of these steak, rib, or salmon entrees and get dessert and a free scratch card. Every card's a winner.
Another winner! I want to play!
If you suffer from snoring or nasal congestion, you can get fast, effective relief. Try Breathe Right nasal strips. When your nasal passages are restricted, you're more likely to breathe through your mouth. As you lie down at night, your throat muscles relax, and this causes snoring. Breathe Right nasal strips gently open your nasal passages so you can breathe through your nose, close your mouth, and reduce or eliminate snoring. Patented and drug-free Breathe Right nasal strips. You'll sleep better, feel better, and so will those around you. Brand Power, helping you buy better.
I know who I am. I've always had to work harder than the next guy. Each day I have something to prove to myself. I'm not the biggest hitter, but I'll find an edge and beat you every time. Playing with the best, that's the fun part. Winning, that's the challenge. This is what I aim for. This is my Sports Center.
Tomorrow, the NHL is on TSN. St. Louis heads to the City of Champions. Will they sing the blues? Or will St. Louis strike black gold? Blues, Oilers. Tomorrow at 8 Eastern on TSN.
Just a reminder, some history in the making tonight when Jennifer Jones, the reigning world champion, plays in the skins game against Glenn Howard, who's won it 4 times. And Jones, well, she got prepared by, well, she was in bed over the holidays getting prepared.
Yeah, well, I was sick, so I got to lie in bed and watch a lot of skins games. So I had some on tape, and, you know, there's nothing better to me than watching curling. So we watched some skins game, talked about it. You know, we have an idea of a plan of what we want to do, and if it doesn't work in the first 4, we have no problem changing it.
You're going to share that with us?
Nope. No, it just really, you know, like I said, to control the front, and we can't give away all our secrets.
I don't think we're going to play Jennifer any different than if we play Kevin or Randy, say we happen to win. No, I don't think it's going to change that way. Our game plan doesn't change. Hammer doesn't make that big a difference. Maybe near the end of the game. First few ends, it really doesn't matter. You want to get a feel for the ice and get comfortable. But game plan's not going to be any different than if we played the other guys.
Game plan may not be, but the pressure sure is. The pressure's going to be certainly on Glenn Howard as we welcome you back to the Entertainment Center here at Casino Rama. It all comes down now to this final end of play.
Well,
it is an $11,000 end, and it is Randy Furby who has the hammer. He will need to score the 2 points to pick up the skin.
Yep.
Well, and if this was like a hockey fight, it's really been controlled the whole game by David Edwin and Randy Furby. But the last punch hasn't been thrown because of this skin here, it's all on the line. And the Furby team has really had control of this game from about the 4th inning on.
It's good. So to take the positive from it, they've had momentum and they've seemed to have a better feel of the ice, and you have to bank that now. Take it into this end and play these shots with confidence because you have that one little advantage, and that is the last rock.
Viewers should remember that if for any reason their skin isn't decided, they'll go into, Skips will throw closest to the button.
Yeah, the draw of the button for the skin, and it would be advantage to Furby. He's ranked higher. He would have the choice to go first or second.
That's good.
But $11,000, that's what always has amazed me in these skins games. I mean, this is Bonspiel kind of money. You play, 8, 9 games, 10 games to win this kind of money.
I don't know if they're going to change this rock if they have any options, but that rock that Ben has thrown has done that, I think, in at least 3 occasions. Right out of his hand, it picked.
Yeah, there's definitely something wrong with that stone a little bit. There's no question.
These are fairly new stones. Han Vutric brought them to Ontario. They've been played at a curling club locally. They're double inserts. They have the insert on both halves under the handle as well as the bottom. But definitely there is something going on with that one.
Yep. Hard line. Get it here.
Hard. All you got.
Line's okay.
All you got.
Line's okay. Get it here.
2, 3. Hard.
No, get through.
Hard.
Go.
Hard. Get it by.
Short.
Just by. Hard. Hard. Rub off.
And just to remind you, prior to the game, for the bonus of $1,000, they had the draw to the button. All 4 members of the team threw. That $1,000 went to Glenn Howard, and then Randy Furby.
5, though. We got to get the 5 out of play pretty quick.
Picks up the second ranking, and in all things considered now, does that second ranking play into this game at all, do you think?
You don't want my 3.
In terms of rock selection, in terms of that kind of thing?
I think rock selection for sure, Vic. I think people were going to have very strong feelings about the rocks.
I do too.
You know what, Mark?
Yeah, that was good. Nice of you.
Again, Kevin went all the way down the ice to talk to the team both about the stones and the shots they're about to play. Make sure everybody's set with what's happening.
Yeah, hit it early, man. Come on. Get it over. That thing doesn't slide anymore. Yep, come on.
This is the rock that Kevin asked them to play to get it out of play, basically, to get it used early.
Get it over.
Oh, that thing's unreal.
Oh, it's just grabbed again.
Yeah.
I think it was a rock, too.
It's still a good shot, though. It's good. It's fine. Can use it. Wow.
We're trying.
Fans yell, come on, guys. We're trying. We are. You bet they're trying.
Line's good.
$11,000 on the line here.
No, it's got lots. No,
Get through to that final. Who knows what can happen?
Getting better. Whoa, we're by. Shit on. Go.
Attaboy.
Shot.
Easy control, probably, eh? So then we can't squirt through.
Sure. Control's good. Got to move something. We're dead
Down
right
the
now.
nose. Hair high works, too.
Control weight.
Mark. Control weight.
Playing the raise. Raise the yellow back.
Yeah, hair highs are good.
Doubles possible.
Yep. Real hard. Oh, you're on the front one. Front one. Oh, hang on. Nothing you can do. I don't know. It's really hard to get it to the other end. No.
This is unbelievable.
I don't know why they don't get shirk in here.
That's all he's got. He's got this.
Hey? Same as last week.
Guard that one.
Hey, clean good.
Thanks, what? Oh, yeah, you got it right here.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Well, you heard the comment that we can hardly get it to the other end, so it must be a warming factor of at some level, Linda.
Line's decent.
Scott Pfeiffer.
Get over. Just over. Go hard.
Could this dig in too?
Hard.
Wait, whoa, whoa, you just
Hard.
got to touch it.
Yeah, you just got to touch that one.
Just got to touch it. Whoa, whoa.
Okay.
All right.
Good.
Remember, the rule is that a rock must cross the hog line. The exception is if it touches a rock that is in play.
We're going to lob one in that.
So although that red one didn't cross it completely, it is still a legal stone.
Hey?
Yeah, somewhere back here, even's good enough.
Yeah.
This is where you have to now get something in the back of the house. You have to try and get the play to somewhere where you can do some follow-or come-arounds and get potentially a rock in a good spot. It's not going to happen right away.
It's not horrible.
Have to get the play now going your way if you're
Even
Kevin
if you
Martin.
touch this, Johnny, it's not too bad, right? 'Cause then we got at least 2 choices.
I like it.
And there's your double option, leaving yourselves
Back 4 foot.
2
We
ways.
should be out in the pebble here a little bit.
Yeah, even if he does rub off it, though, I'd be surprised if it's going to be left there. I would be trying to get it to the back of the 4 foot, back of the 8 foot, or
hard early.
Shot rock at the back of
Wait
the
only.
rings.
Wait only. Room.
You may have heard them say hard early, and there's that
Wow.
jumping of the stone, Linda, as we talked about earlier.
It's also to keep it in that fresh path I talked about. They know it'll curl and slow once it gets into the 8 foot path.
Oh, what a nice shot. What a nice shot. Back 4. And it's hooked in there.
Great shot. And there's a lot of rocks out front now, and they're not lined up. They're long guards. And
Through that real
That's why I was a little surprised that Randy Ferbey threw a guard when he did. I know there was rocks that you were protecting against, but there was still so much room to get in. And finally, Team Martin finds a way to get there. Really nice throw.
Yeah, well, that was definitely. Well, even if we tick ours, it sets up a run back or something.
John Morris.
Randy, that one was
Kept them in
13-6,
it, hasn't
just so
it?
you know. That was 13-6.
Randy Ferbey gets an $11,000 skin. And the game's on the line here in the 8th.
Rim, guys.
It's real good. It's not bad.
Rim.
Got a curl.
Rim. 7. No, never. Just a 7. That's way out there, though.
Just the difference in release, the way Randy throws. You're not going to get the same movement.
Yep, hard.
All
hard.
late.
Okay.
well, it's got to be guarded because it's certainly in a great position to be able to be raised back onto the yellow stone. Kevin Martin was pretty quick to go up and call for the guard.
I'm not gonna do this
Certainly
one.
was.
Yeah.
Nope, sorry, up front.
$11,000 on the line on a trip to the final.
It's real good.
Yeah, go hard. Line's good.
Yeah,
Line's
over.
good. Hard, keep it out there.
Gotta get it over.
Oh, it's over. Yeah, line's good. Line's good. Whoa. Whoa.
Nice shot.
It's overburied by. Oh, good shot. It's overburied, isn't it?
By half a rock.
Okay.
What's that?
They're looking at how effective that guard was, whether or not the red stone that is top 8 could be moved up.
He thinks it's there.
What's there? The tap?
The tap.
Oh, it's there.
You can tap that in.
If you hear that, yeah. Okay, let's do it.
Yeah.
The guard is very long. The finish on this ice is late, so you will get it to throw by the guard.
Okay, this is what you had for your draw.
All about release.
I think I'll go back.
What are you throwing for weight?
I don't know. What am I throwing?
I don't know. We should decide that before you throw.
What kind of weight you want here, Dave?
Just enough to move it in for shot.
That's not good. That's not
I don't
good.
know if that's there, man.
I don't think it's there, Dave.
You papered that thing and
To
you
move
can
it in?
hit nose on that thing the way
Well,
it's
yeah,
going
but-
sideways.
Oh.
You gotta play smart here too.
Exactly.
Why don't we run that yellow into the other yellow and
Why don't we run?
come down here then. Or peel all three.
Run the yellow straight back.
You could peel all three.
You hear Randy say, I don't
No,
think,
that doesn't
I'm sorry, yeah, you heard Randy say,
You didn't hear me the first
I
time.
don't
This
think
one's
it's
gonna
there. I don't think it is there enough room to get by.
What is
There
that?
is a long way, as Linda mentioned, but and raise
I know
that
it's a
one
long
up.
way to go.
Let's run this back. Straight back. We might get lucky off this yellow too.
Well,
or
what I was
something.
saying is if you ran that back and actually got those two tight guards, then it gives us the in-turn
Sure.
tap and the out-turn.
And we might get lucky red onto the yellow there. You know, the double red something. Sure.
So run it back onto the red one that you threw, right?
Straight back.
Yeah, but if
And
it
you-
hangs just a hair, we
we
go
might
into
get
these.
lucky some way there. Yeah.
Can you run this just real thin?
Oh, I don't know, Marty. It's unlikely you'll make that. That's one in.
No, I think the tap is there, but I'm 100% behind the fact that I wouldn't play it now. I would try to get things opened up. Back to my point of you want two options when David goes down the ice to throw his last one, and at this point, there is not much there.
Oh, he's coming. Randy Furby trying to run it back, and he'll run it by. And takes away a long center line raise that they looked at. Oh boy.
That finished a bit, eh?
This is going to come down to.
But the bad part for Randy
Yeah,
is
that's
that
what Johnny's
there's just
saying.
not a lot of things. I mean, you're always hoping to have something to come off of or something to raise that has a legitimate chance. And you look out on that ice now and take a look at yourself. There really isn't a lot. There's in front of what you're looking at, there's those three rocks out in front of that. So you haven't got a lot. If he puts the good guard on here, you're going to have to be trying to play his stone onto your stone onto their stone. And all that is...
Hard! Come on,
Boy, you're
come
given
on,
the
go,
opportunity here now to protect. Look at this. Hebert, Kennedy, Morris dragging it for all it's worth.
That's good. That's good. That's good.
And that's enough.
I was worried. A little worried about the. Huh? A little worried about the Reds here.
That was a little light.
I was worried about it. That's why I wanted to get.
I know. I was trying to. It's just so heavy out there. I didn't want to be a tight guard.
It's significant.
Yeah, you got to almost get to nose.
Yeah, in-turn, yeah.
Well, there is a red-red combination, but you just saw how far we're talking about. Remember, the rock that they're hitting is actually not even fully over the hog line. It came into contact with another rock, so it stays in play. That's a long-distance run back.
So red onto which stones when you get to the house?
Well, the red that's top 8, if you can do it.
Here, last, Randy.
Okay.
I go back to your comment earlier, Linda, in this end, is that when Randy chose to play that guard on front, when you have the last rock, those guards, sometimes they work against you. That's the case right here.
Whoa, 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 whoa! Curl.
Red. Watch them
Go, go, go,
bounce
go, go, go.
now.
All right. Okay.
Not far enough. So the steel point is still there. Back 4 foot. Kevin Martin.
Well, it's interesting where the rocks landed out front after all this happened. It jiggled things not too badly in the house, but it left a string of rocks out way by the hog line. It's cut off one side for your draw, which is still potentially there, even though I know that's a hard shot. That red rock that's just straddling the hog line.
The other one's there as well.
Yeah. But the only thing about that in-turn is it's in a tough spot.
Right.
It's right in the path. And he might just be playing it for one.
You know, it's a lot easier for one than it is for two.
Yeah.
Think so?
What do you think?
Well, if we make it perfect, that's getting pretty cute, though.
Oh, Jesus, no. No.
Not a
It
chance.
hasn't been that kind of a game to play a cutesy shot.
Yeah. Now, Kev, we've got to be careful we don't overcurl. Because anyhow, yellow, red, yellow. But right here is the perfect. You know what I mean?
Yellow, red.
Well, yellow, red, yeah. Because if we overcurl, and he's got too much to the inside there.
I think his shot's the in-turn tap, but...
Okay. Halfway.
Something out here somewhere?
That's pretty close.
So you think, like I threw...
Right here.
It's been one of the strangest skins games we've seen in a long time. We have had through the years, because of crowds and et cetera, some problems. We had a problem, I remember, a few years ago in Gimli with the ice, and it has happened over the years.
The final stone for Kevin Martin.
Clean. Yep, line.
Right now
Hard
has
line.
the steel point,
Hard line, Benny, hard.
sitting back 4 foot.
Hard, it's over curling, hard.
Lots away, Johnny.
Whoa, just over. Whoa, it's gotta, yep, whoa.
Off.
Yep, hard.
Maybe a little
Take it.
bounce.
Now go. It's good.
Okay. There's a hole there.
Maybe a little more weight would have been perfect.
What's Furby, Edwin, and company got?
No, Marcel, through the hole. Yeah, through the
There
hole.
are 2 holes, Vic. One for a tap, and one would be a combination.
Like the outturn of the, well,
I think I like the 11 through the hole. Just, I think he threw one.
Remember what Kevin said? He thought it would be in-turn
What do you
tap.
like? Yeah, really, you're ignoring this one.
Well, how do we make this one even? How do you make this?
Oh, you gotta overcurl. Yeah, you just gotta overcurl a bit onto the red and.
With what kind of weight? You gotta throw it up
That's
then.
got
No, you don't, because you can't jam it. You don't
Well,
have
you
to
can't
throw
throw
a ton,
weight
but you
because
gotta...
it's got a curl.
This one's easier. Just ignore the red, get by the yellow.
I think
You could almost play it with weight here.
I think the intern 11 is easier too.
You could play that
because it will finish.
I think it's easier with the internal 11. Okay.
I do too.
I think we all agree then.
Okay, let's see the broom.
Could you throw a heater at it?
No.
No?
No, the only way you throw away is this out turn, but then it's not going to curl enough. This one you just throw an 11.
Okay. Nail it. They get through.
So what have they decided here?
Okay, they're talking, you could...
Randy,
this is the 2 holes they're talking about. One here, through that hole.
Okay, dude.
And then, or a tap back on this shot here through that hole there. That's what they've decided.
The other side, Linda, I mean, there's more rocks involved, and you have to actually cut it across the face to angle it back the other way. Is the...
It's probably the simpler if you just can say, relatively speaking, this is a very hard shot.
This is $11,000 shot and maybe more, depending on what happens.
Got to come through the hole.
It's got to get through the hole, first of all.
Whoa! 5 foot rock now. Got it through. Yes, they do. Oh, they got it through.
No.
Now, watch where it goes. Move it far enough.
Oh,
and there it is. $11,000 to Randy Ferbey, and he's moving on.
It almost curled too much, Victor. They got it through the hole. They had to wait on it because it was holding out. They don't want to tick the front rock. They got it through, and then they hammered it, but it almost curled too much. You saw how thin it is.
Great shot. Another close one. Squeaked it out. Love you. Gotta go.
It's a bit of the David Nedwin show today. He has made some brilliant shots. Great brushing, held it enough, as Ray said, to catch that yellow one, but what a great throw.
Another look at it. They had to stay off it, and then all of a sudden it made the big move, and they got on it quickly. It curled almost too much, just enough, perfect weight, catches the corner, and as it turns out, it doesn't even have to stay.
$20,000. Randy Ferbey is moving on here at Casino Rama.
Casino Casino Rama Curling Skins game, presented by Tow Truck in a Box on TSN, is brought to you by Casino Rama. We deal excitement big time. And by Tow Truck in a Box, the snow driver's best friend. Available at Zellers now.
You see this leak? You got to change your oil every 3,000 clicks, not 5. And use 10W40 motor oil, not 10W30. Stay away from 10W30. You got that? You got that?
What kind of oil does it take?
Yes, it's winter, and women and men are digging out everywhere. In our driveways, roadside, in suburbia, or the city. Tow Truck in a Box makes digging out and getting unstuck easy. It's simple to use and works every time. For outdoorsmen and travelers, it's absolutely perfect for getting your vehicle unstuck. This award-winning tool should be in the trunk of your automobile. It's officially licensed by NASCAR and is as important as a spare tire or jumper cables. Get Tow Truck in a Box today. Available now at Zellers.
When we Canadian sports fans need effective relief from coughs, sore throats, and nasal congestion, we can rely on Fisherman's Friend lozenges, even when our throats are sore from cheering. So keep on cheering with Fisherman's Friend. Fisherman's Friend gives you more to cheer about. You could win one of 4 JVC home entertainment systems or one of 10 JVC HD TVs in the Fisherman's Friend Keep On Cheering contest. Visit fishermansfriend.ca to enter and keep on cheering with Fisherman's Friend.
I've made some bad choices in my life, but you know where you can never make a bad choice? Mr. Sub. They bake all their bread daily, and they've got 5 kinds for you to choose from. They're all so good, you can never make a bad choice. Not like some people. It's my microwave!
From the first Aquos LCD to the world's largest, Sharp has shaped the future of LCD technology, the Aquos Limited Edition series. With a design so thin, a contrast ratio of over 1 million to 1, and a picture so realistic, it will change the way you watch TV. The Aquos Limited Edition series, part of Sharp's line of 120 Hz LCD TVs.
Change your TV, change your life. Sharp.
I believe the time has come. The wait is over.
I believe something real big is gonna happen.
Making every Canadian proud.
Qui nous feront bondir de nos sièges.
Every Canadian will share in the glory.
Right now, our athletes are winning big time on the world stage.
Go Canada! At Vancouver 2010, I believe they just might win it all. And Canada wins the games!
The Vancouver 2010 Olympic Winter Games are coming to TSN.
Do you believe?
It's time now for the TSN Turning Point.
Well, you don't have to be a metal giant to know what it is. It's the last shot of David Netherlands.
And it's a brilliant shot. Starting in the 4th end, it was a series of shots made by this man that made the difference. This is through the hole, quiet tap, enough angle, enough weight to make sure you move the yellow one. Brilliant for the last skin and all the cash.
TSN Turning Point is brought to you by Tow Truck in a Box, now available at Zellers. And congratulations to you both, $20,000. Just talk us a little bit through that final shot.
Well, there was 2 shots. We had either the out turn, kind of the yellow one onto the red, or the in turn through the hole, which we decided to play. And I threw it a couple ends ago, and so I just thought that was the easier one for me to make at that time.
Randy, it was obvious Kevin and his team were struggling with the stones. Obvious to you too?
Oh yeah, they had a bad set of rocks and unfortunate picks, but they still made a great shot. John made a great shot in the last end to force Dave to make that shot. And that team, playing that team, they're a great team, and they never give us nothing like those guys, I tell you.
Well, I talked to you yesterday, and I said he'd beaten you every tour stop along the way this season, but you got him back here. So congratulations, and we'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow in the final when you're playing for 42 and 15. Lots of money, okay?
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Congratulations to Team Randy Ferbey. They are the winners of the opening semifinal here at Casino Rama.
Yes, Yes, it's winter, and women and men are digging out everywhere. In our driveways, roadside, in suburbia, or the city. Tow truck in a box makes digging out and getting unstuck easy. It's simple to use and works every time. For outdoorsmen and travelers, it's absolutely perfect for getting your vehicle unstuck. This award-winning tool should be in the trunk of your automobile. It's officially licensed by NASCAR and is as important as a spare tire or jumper cables. Get Tow Truck in a Box today. Available now at Zellers.
Every curling event that Edmonton has ever hosted has had record curling numbers.
I'm an Edmontonian, and we're pretty proud of how we put on events in general.
The Roar of the Rings is going to be the biggest event in Canadian curling history.
It will be a sellout.
So you better get your tickets now.
The roar of the rocks. The roar of the crowd. The most electrifying 8 days in the history of the roaring game. Tim Hortons Roar of the Rings, delivering Canada's teams.
Get your tickets now and get ready to roar.
At Subway restaurants, a little money goes a long way. Satisfy your appetite with the delicious sub the affordable way every day. Subway, think fresh, eat fresh.
I think it's fundamentally important that when you're a coach, you create a standard that everybody else has to live up to.
Campbell's Chunky and the Coaching Association of Canada present the Chunky MVC Search. We're looking for your most valuable coach. Go to tsn.ca/chunky to nominate your coach. Tell us how they show true dedication and make a real impact on and off the field. The Chunky MVC will be featured on TSN and win a community tribute day.
Hosted by one of us.
Campbell's Chunky. Real food. Recommended by real coaches.
A lot can happen in 24 hours.
0817.
It is fascinating. Left side, 1432.
It's very different from any other flying machine.
1654.
1.
1802.
Each head itself generates 38 watts.
1900.
See? I told you.
Miss a day. Miss a lot. Daily Planet. Weeknights.
Tomorrow, the NHL is on TSN. St. Louis heads to the City of Champions. Will they sing the blues? Or will St. Louis strike black gold? Blues, Oilers. Tomorrow at 8 Eastern on TSN.
Welcome back to the Entertainment Center here at Casino Rama, and just $1,000 for Kevin Martin, the defending champion. That was a tough afternoon. To say the very least.
To say the least, yeah, that was tough. Johnny made a great come around, though. It was almost impossible to make a shot, and John made a real good one. And but Dave, board weight intern. That's his bread and butter, and it's a great shot he made.
Yeah, we know that you were frustrated. It's been a long time since we've seen you that frustrated.
Well, I guess so. I thought I held myself in pretty good, and John was curling well, and I had my 7-stone actually was pretty good, and so I made a lot of my last shots. So it is what it is. You take what you get.
Kevin, we'll look forward to you. We'll watch you throughout the playdowns in Alberta, and we'll look forward to seeing you at the Canadian Curling Trials for a spot in Vancouver.
Great, thanks a lot, and I would like to say thank you to Casino Rama because, boy, they put out the red carpet for us. It's great.
It's been a pleasure to have you along as well. So thanks to Kevin Martin. Another quick break. We'll have more when we return to Casino Rama here on Canada's Sports Leader, TSN.
Yes, it's winter, and women and men are digging out everywhere. In our driveways, roadside, in suburbia, or the city. Tow truck in a box makes digging out and getting unstuck easy. It's simple to use and works every time. For outdoorsmen and travelers, it's absolutely perfect for getting your vehicle unstuck. This award-winning tool should be in the trunk of your automobile. It's officially licensed by NASCAR and is as important as a spare tire or jumper cables. Get Tow Truck in a Box today. Available now at Zellers.
When we Canadian sports fans need effective relief from coughs, sore throats, and nasal congestion, we can rely on Fisherman's Friend lozenges, even when our throats are sore from cheering. So keep on cheering with Fisherman's Friend. Fisherman's Friend gives you more to cheer about. You could win one of 4 JVC home entertainment systems or one of 10 JVC HD TVs in the Fisherman's Friend Keep On Cheering contest. Visit fishermansfriend.ca to enter and keep on cheering with Fisherman's Friend.
Excited?
Yeah. What gave it away?
Oh, they,
It's okay. He did it! He did it! He got it done and did it!
Special occasion.
With Canada's Best HD, you can get Super Bowl ready in less than 24 hours.
In any given day, you think about a lot of things, like how your stomach's growling and you're craving 2 Arby's sourdough melts for $5. But I'm thinking you should hurry. This offer won't last. That's any 2 sourdough melts for only $5. Now you're thinking Arby's.
Is there a way to put aside more for what's important? And while we're at it, is there a way to pay less tax? And hey, don't we all want a little left over for a rainy day? Well, now you can. With the new CIBC tax-free savings accounts, you don't pay tax on your interest or investment income. So you maximize your savings and minimize your taxes. Now that's worth a talk.
This is our game, where heroes are born. A ritual that bridges cultures, generations, nations. A tradition played on roads, rinks, and ponds. It's a part of our culture that raises the nation to tears and cheers. Celebrate our game at the Hockey Hall of Fame.
And liftoff.
There's science everywhere. Daily Planet will show you where to look for it and what it all means. Spend some quality time on the planet. Daily Planet. Weeknights on Discovery Channel.
Time for a few autographs. After a $20,000 win here in this opening semifinal of the Casino Rama Skins game presented by Tow Truck in a Box, the game story is brought to you by Casino Rama. We deal excitement big time.
And you know, the fifth end was key because it's not only cash, $5,000 for Furby, but momentum went his way. They stole another skin in the sixth. Martin just missed an in-off. And in the eighth end, a quiet tap for a big win. Lots of cash. And now they're waiting to find out who they play.
And David Nedewin made so many big shots, didn't he?
It was amazing. And the fourth end, this is for a carryover, but it's a very difficult double. Right angle, try not to jam it onto something else. Beautiful shot.
Yeah, I mean, he really made shots, and he seemed confident all week, Linda, all day, I should say. Look at this shot here. He just taps it back perfectly, gets his two. That's a skin.
That was the big weight to the quiet weight, and then again in the next end, here's a raise. Another tough angle that they have to play. Look at this angle, and out the yellow goes.
And of course, in the eighth.
Well, in the eighth end, the picture tells the whole story. It's a very difficult shot through a hole. They hold it up after it gets through. It almost curled too much. Taps it back, gets enough of a piece.
And that was for the skin of $11,000 and $20,000 in total. We're back with you at 8 p.m. Eastern Time for a bit of curling history, skins game history. Jennifer Jones against Glenn Howard. So till then, on behalf of Linda, Ray, and our entire crew, thank you for joining us. The Casino Rama Skins game on Canada's sports leader, TSN.
Tomorrow, the NHL is on TSN.